What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yes, Mr. Z is fashionably late, but not as late as usual. I don't even know. We need to start grading Z on a curve. That's what's gonna happen. We need to start grading Z on a curve. That's right. So what's going on, everybody? It is Friday. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. Well, it just started from just about all of us, right? Unless you're somewhere on the other side of the planet. Okay, so this is inspired. Shout out to Dr. Thunder. Much of this is inspired by Dr. Thunder, um, by Shay Sade. Um, Hopefully, you guys were able to check out the links in the description box. My background might get a little noisy and different. We will see, right? Um, but yeah. So y'all hopefully gotta able to. Excuse me. Y'all were hopefully able to check out things. If you weren't, don't worry. Mr. Z has the Shay Sade clip. We're gonna play that, but we're going to start off with this, and it's gonna be pretty simple. And hopefully, you guys can hear me. I think you guys can. I'm doing something a little different right now with my sound, so yeah. All right. Um, we've been hearing from Black women in particular how loyal they are to Black men and how that loyalty actually hurts them. Right? Once again, we've been hearing from Black women how loyal they are to Black men and how that loyalty hurts them. Right? And they love Black men, but unfortunately, Black men are too colorist, Black men are too featureless, Black men are too texturous, Black men are too obsessed with the European beauty standard, unlike white men, interestingly enough, which is the fascinating part, right? Black women tell us how much, and it's funny because these same Black women say, no one has the right to tell them what to do with their hair, and they don't care what anyone has to say about their hair and the way their hair is done, while at the same time telling us that unlike Black men, white men would rather see them with their hair natural. Fascinating, right? So, um, we hear so often from Black women how loyal they are to Black men to their own detriment. Okay, fine. Which is funny, and how great non-Black men are, particularly white men, in relationship to Black women. How special white men, Latino men, Asian men, Middle Eastern or Arab men, how special these folks treat Black women. We hear this from Black women ad nauseum, which is fascinating because on the other end, we hear from white women how they're struggling in the dating scene with white men. Huh. We hear from white women how white men aren't showing up to dates, how white men are ghosting them, how white men are playing them, how white men are um negging them, how white men are all type players, all type. We hear this from white women all the time, and somebody got to be lying. Somewhere's, and Mr. Z has said this before. Let us say it again. Women have to get their story straight. Black women and white women and Latina women and Asian women have to go sit down somewhere in the corner and get their lives together. Because what we're hearing from Latinas and Asians and black women, excuse me, and all non-white women is how great white men are. I would like to direct y'all to um what is her name again? The British sister, the sister from South Africa, Kidology. There we go. I would like to direct y'all to Kidology, who told us, white men are just a little different. They're a little bit more adventurous. They're not so hung up on tradition and et cetera, et cetera. They're more quote unquote. And what she was getting at is they're a little bit more liberal, a little bit more open. They're not so stringent. They're not so patriarchal. I guess UK white men aren't so patriarchal. Is that why Kidology doesn't have her a white man right now? Ooh, God damn, see, right? So from all of these non-white women, we hear how great white men are. But that's not exactly what white women are saying. Somebody got to get their story right, right?
He's right.
somewhere. So y'all got to get y'all story, dear women. Y'all got to get y'all story together because we're hearing from Latinas and Black women and South Asian women and East Asian women how open white men are and how they're not what subscribe to the same European beauty standard that their ancestors constructed and that they hold up. Okay, I guess. Um, so that's what we're hearing ad nauseum, right? That's what we're hearing. Somebody got to get their story together. That's why Mr. Z's title is She Says versus She Says. It's kind of a remake and a play on She Say versus or She Say He Say, and we already know for those of us colloquially, she say is a war of words between this person saying one thing and that person saying another thing, and we're trying to find out who's actually telling the truth or if the truth is somewhere in the middle, right? So Mr. Z is just play on words, kind of remixing this by saying she says versus she says. Huh? Black women, in our case as black men, are telling us how much they're too loyal to black men. And when they date out, they're treated so much better by white men. And how white men, I guess, are the perfectly doting boyfriends. Meanwhile, check the links in the description box, by the way. That is not what white women are saying. So let me get this right. Black women are getting a better white men than white women are? Is that what black women are saying? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. How did Mr. Z not say this in the beginning? Right? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. I'm gonna check them likes in a minute. So, if I'm to understand black women correctly, black women are getting a better white man than the white women are getting. Is that why y'all got so hot and bothered when that billionaire, when y'all claim, or when some random black woman claimed that that white billionaire that's married to a black woman said, it takes serious men end up with black women, and black women build you, and they stand by you, and whoever wrote that made black women sound like a goddamn lapdog, like black women were the protectors and providers. Ooh, goddamn, at least the protectors. Huh? Huh? As I said before, apparently black women are getting a better white man than white women are getting, and we're gonna cover this. So let's play this first, and then we're going to play the main clip, and then we're going to go back to this. Because I'm trying to paint a picture here about the overall dating landscape and how we got here before everyone else as black people, because once again, socioeconomic bottom of this society and of this nation in particular. And we got here before everyone else, but everyone else is pretty much here now. So let's play this clip. It's pretty short, because we've seen similar recently. I want to say sometime last year we were actually covering a clip of a brother sitting at a restaurant table by himself, and a few tables down was a group of black women eating and kind of going about. So we're gonna cover this, and then we're gonna speak about it on the other end. It's real short, so here we go.
So I'm out having dinner with my girl, and I want y'all to just notice something. There's women, all eating there. Women, all eating there. Women. And let's not forget right there too, because they're everywhere. Oh my god. I don't normally go out, but when I do, I go out with my girls, and I am seeing something, a trend. Girls are all going out with their girlfriends. There's not like one date.
Y'all saw that? That is she looks Latina, right? She looks Latina. Either way, she's at a restaurant. It looks okay, kind of mid-scale type restaurant. The ambiance looks so pretty okay. Doesn't look like a hole in the wall type of restaurant. And what she's telling you, for those of you that didn't get it, I'll play it one more time. What she's telling you is that every table got nothing but women. There's no dates. There's no men in sight. Dear women, you got what you wanted. Black women, you just got here before everyone else. And instead of you fighting with an Uzi, say it for black men, ooh, goddamn. Instead of you fighting with and for black men so that you could turn around, and while the other women were heading in this direction, where it's a bunch of tables of women doing their Golden Girls thing, oops, you could be the group that are married to black men instead of Latina and white women crowd y'all out, oops. While these other women were out here doing their Golden Girls thing. But you didn't do that. So you got here first, and now these other women are slowly getting here. If y'all check the links in the description box, and I'm gonna probably clip that out. There's the white woman that said she was supposed to go on a date. Essentially, the guy ghosted her, and she started tearing up and pretty much crying while she was describing this situation. And she's waiting, and she's waiting, and she's waiting, and she's getting hungry, and yeah, dear ladies, okay, you're only getting what you asked for, dear ladies, black women, white women, Latina women, Asian women, whether that's South or East Asian. You're only getting. You said you could be strong and independent. You said you don't need no man. You called, particularly in the black community, you called black men dusties. You got what you wanted. You got what you, dear ladies, you got what you wanted, huh? You wanted unlimited options. What you didn't appreciate is that gave the men that are desirable unlimited options. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. And as black women kept on, as one of the clips said, the black woman was like, the problem is we're not our type's type. Yeah. Welcome to the struggle of humanity. Huh? And you keep on hearing this over and over again from black women. And it's as if they really want to get the first right of refusal when it comes to black men writ large. And the complaint is, particularly in LA, black men aren't chasing after black women. Black men aren't chasing after black women. Well, huh? And the problem here is, huh? All of you that say we're just gonna go where we're gonna go where we're celebrated and not tolerated. Shout out to Media Man. And where is that? Ooh, goddamn. Media Man, you know you can't be saying stuff like that, bro. Dear Media Man, you can't be that tough on them. Yes, you can. But dear Media Man, you can't be telling them that type of truth, bro. Right? As a matter of fact, if I can, we will be going over that clip in a minute. Let's see if Zika could pull a rabbit out the hat. We will see in a minute, right? But before we get to that, as a matter of fact, let's try to do that now. Y'all give Z a second. Y'all give Z a second. Let's try to figure something out. Okay. All right. So we're gonna play this clip. Right. We're gonna play this, and then we'll speak about it on the back end. If Mr. Z can manage not to pause, I'm probably gonna pause in between. But here we go, y'all. Once again, as a matter of fact, because it is Shay, and I don't think Shay's gonna strike me. But fair use, right? Fair use. And we're gonna go through this. And I already know there was a question posed, and I don't think Mr. Z gonna make it past the question without answering the question. So once again, fair use. And here we go. All right.
I'm speaking on behalf of all white dudes that date black girls.
Can y'all stop on us, massa?
What the do I? You know what you're doing. You know, like, what the am I supposed to say? Y'all be thinking it's funny as laughing here, having the time of your life. Girl, you.
Ha, laugh, funny. That's funny. To me, it's funny. Yeah, do you have a sense of humor?
So I'm a brown girl. I like a little vanilla in my life, and I might one day be a white dude's wife.
No, stop living in your fantasy world that white guys are somehow perfect.
Way that you get treated by a white man, completely different
let's pause right there because Mr. Z has spoken about this before. Stop living in your fantasy world that white guys are perfect. Shout out to you, Mr. White Man. Right, Mr. Z has a clip of this, but I have a short clip of this. I actually want this whole thing. Shout out to Shay. Shay, I'm gonna ask you for that clip, for the whole thing, because I found it years ago and I lost it, and now it's kind of resurfacing. It resurfaces every once in a while. This clip of the white dude saying this, right? Stop worshiping white men or whatever. Let's say this. It's not that these women necessarily see white men as perfect. Whether they do or not is it, even with that is inconsequential, right? The real thing is these women are looking for white men to save them from themselves. They want paymasters. They think white men, or at least they feel, or at least they hope that white men are these perfectly good boys, right? Kiss asses. They see white men as the ultimate simps. Now, for those of us who have ever been around white collar white men, blue collar white men with just a modicum of desirability, you know that is the biggest, that is the furthest from the truth you could get. We're covering this for a reason today. We're speaking about black women in America, but really we're speaking about women of color globally. Anyway, we're speaking about women of color. And the way that colonialism played on their minds, the way white supremacy plays on their minds, the way white male hegemony plays on their minds, how does it play on their minds? And then how does that affect the relationship between men of color, women of color, or black men and black women, particularly in America, in the West, but in America? Huh? It's not about white men necessarily being perfect. It's about women of color wanting to be with the man, and feminism putting them in a weird spot because you're not actually supposed to aspire for patriarchy. Remember, you're not, as a woman, you're not supposed to want men of power. Remember, you're supposed to be trying to dismantle patriarchy. You're supposed to be trying to dismantle that. So if you're trying to dismantle that, or at least if the system is trying to dismantle it, it's not. And white men are still socio-politically and largely socio-economically. We know Asian men in their economic position, but not social position, their economic position. So we know white men socio-politically and socio-economically are still at the top of the pyramid. The best indicator that you are a quote unquote successful woman, or that you are desirable, or that there's something about you that puts you a step above, a cut above the rest of women, particularly as a woman of color, particularly as a black woman, particularly as a darker skin, heavier set black woman with more West African features. What sets you above everyone else is to do what? Is to have the ultimate, signal of your success as a woman. And what would that be? Would that be your own money? You better believe it's not. What would that be, everyone? Would it not be being in a relationship married to a white man, preferably a desirable white man? Uh-oh. Huh? Now, how would you explain this in the 21st century when you're supposed to be a modern woman who doesn't really care about these things? You're actually supposed to be trying to dismantle patriarchy, remember? And male leadership and male domination. Uh-oh. Y'all see the conflict here? Huh? This this white man said, we're not perfect. Dear white man, these women may or may not understand that. That's besides the point. What you represent and other white men represent is not a man, it's the man. Women of color are going to come up with all type of weirdo excuses, particularly for black women. For black women, it's going to be black men are not educated enough, they're not on our level, they're too lazy, they're too colorist, they're too featurist, they're too texturous, too many of them are in jail, too many of them are LGBTQ, too many of them don't find us desirable, too many of them are arrogant when they're successful, all of these things. That's what black women say. On the other side are Asian women who are going to say, well, Asian men are too patriarchal. For Latina women, it's Latino men, excuse me, too much machismo. For Middle Eastern women, it might be, too patriarchal, too overbearing, etc. All of these women of color are going to always have something. The Mindy Kalings of the world, as a South Asian woman, Indian woman, said, Indian men didn't necessarily find her desirable, etc., etc. All of this, last time I checked, she don't got no wedding ring from a white man, but we'll see. Huh? At the end of the day, it's all different weirdo ways to chase after the white guy instead of just coming up the middle and say, look, man, I just want to be with the man. Pause. Right? Now, once again, as black men, how does this affect your relationships with black women? We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that, right? We're going to get to that. But let's see if Mr. Z can make it past 30 seconds. We'll see. Let's go.
I was speaking on behalf of all white dudes that date black girls.
Can y'all stop on us, massa?
What the do I? You know what you're doing. You know, like, what the am I supposed to say? Y'all be thinking it's funny as life and you're having the time of your life. Girl, dude.
Ha, laugh, funny. That's funny. To me, it's funny. Yeah, do you have a sense of humor?
So I'm a brown girl. I like a little vanilla in my life, and I might one day be a white dude's wife.
No. Stop living in your fantasy world that white guys are somehow perfect.
Way that you get treated by a white man, completely different from how you get treated by a black man.
That's alright. Yeah, I got a type. Some people don't like it, but the swirl is the hype. When I see a cute guy, I always gotta think, is he down with the brown? If he is, we about to link it.
Fellas, you wanna know why you black queens are choosing these white men? This isn't hope.
Look, Z, I'm sorry, y'all, I couldn't do it. Do you want to know why your black queen? First of all, look, Mr. Z does not refer to black women as queen or black queen, and it makes Z cringe when black women refer to black men, or Z in particular, as king. Mr. Z ain't conquered nothing. I'm not ruling over anything except for my own place. Castle doctrine, but outside of that, yeah, no. Yeah, and plus I don't have that type of inferiority complex where I got to be called king all the time. Huh? Does anybody realize what kings do? Boy, y'all don't watch too many goddamn movies. Number one. Number two. No, man, we don't care to know why the quote unquote black queens are going after the white guys. No, man, we get it. We get it. White male hegemonic rule. We get it. Now, your own ego and other women of color's ego, particularly black women's ego, and the fight between hypergamy and feminism that y'all have going on internally won't let y'all just come out and say it. But we get it. We understand that white men are the men on planet Earth currently. We get it. Now, would you ever say that? I doubt it. Y'all don't got the ovaries. Huh? Oh, man. You want to know where your black queens are going? No, actually. We don't care. Huh? Cue up this Stephen A. Smith. We don't care. We don't care, man. We don't care. Huh? Listening to, and that lady was so animated. She just doing way too much, cursing up a storm, man. We do not care. The black male collective is not over here thinking to ourselves, what is the beautiful, strong queen, gorgeous, feminine? What is she doing? Why is she going over there? We're not questioning ourselves. We're not we're not in deep thought. We're not contemplating. Nope. Huh? No, ma'am. We do not care. Huh? Now let's try this again and see if Z can make it. Look, Mrs. Z ain't making it past a minute yet. We'll try this one more again. We're gonna keep on trying, yo, to see if Mr. Z can make it through. Shout out to Shay Sade, right? And shout out to Dr. Thunder. I did see this earlier. I watched it. Dr. Thunder covered it. I was gonna cover it anyway, and then Dr. Thunder beat me to the punch. So shout out to Dr. Thunder. But let's see. Let's get through it. Well, if Mr. Z can, let's try.
I was speaking on behalf of all white dudes that date black girls.
Can y'all stop on us massa?
What the do I? You know what you're doing. You know, like, what the am I supposed to say? Y'all be thinking it's funny as laughing here, having the time of your life. Girl, you.
Ha, laugh, funny. That's funny. To me, it's funny. Yeah, do you have a sense of humor?
So I'm a brown girl.
Z again, look, Mr. Z can't let it slide. I can't let it slide. There is something, and I need to. You know what? I'm gonna try in the pause moments. There is something to be said about black women. Listen here close. Black women who are calling white men massa, and white men don't want that. There is something kind of sick, kind of Z. There is something sick about black women calling white men massa, and white men are like, yeah, could we not do that? Yes, y'all, we live in a topsy-turvy world, right? We live in a topsy-turvy world where black women are calling white men massa and white men are cringing. Young white men are cringing. That doesn't mean they're not anti-black. That doesn't mean they don't have any type of weird racial hierarchy thing going on. That doesn't mean they don't subscribe to WS. That doesn't mean any of that. But there is something about a very overt, because the white society, especially white men, they might want to move in silence with the oppression. They might want to move in. They might got a thing for black women, and it might make them cringe a little bit that you out here calling them massa, especially on camera. Did he tell you he want his business out about how he might move or how he might treat you low key? Ooh. Man, we don't need to know about y'all bedroom fun and what y'all be calling each other. Uh-oh. Huh? We don't need to know how he be treating you. Huh? Uh-oh. We don't need to know what his male member in your esophagus got alike. We don't need to know, right? He already know what that throat do. We don't need to know. Uh-oh. Huh? Using your esophagus, right? As a baby depository. Uh-oh. Huh? Something real weird. We live in a topsy-turvy world, y'all, where the white guys are saying, yeah, could we not do that? Could you, like, wait, why, what? Chill on out with that. Uh-oh. Right? So y'all seen the white guy say, stop calling me massa. The young white man, and he said it for all of us white guys that got a thing for black women or that date black women. Could y'all stop calling us massa? That's a young white man saying that. Dear black women, this is how far we've gotten. Then on the other side is a black woman in the car with her boyfriend, apparently. And apparently they had this conversation, and she's saying, well, have some humor. What world do we live in where the black women think that's funny and the white guys don't? What upside down backwards land do we live in? So remember, y'all recall, all the articles and the clips, and I know some of y'all remember the interview with the black British young lady, and she was saying she's done. She made a whole announcement about it. They interviewed her. It was funny as hell. She made a whole announcement. She's not dating white guys anymore because it's problematic and et cetera, et cetera. Y'all remember all the clips where black women are trying to tell white guys, look, could you slow down with the race talk? We don't want to do race play, da 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 da. That doesn't mean they never did. Y'all remember all those clips, right? Y'all remember all those interviews, those articles where black women say, if you like black women, could you could you refrain on this thing, that thing, this thing? And it's all race related. It's all about domination. It's all about the N-word jokes, and no, you can't say the N-word, and right? But apparently young millennial and Gen Z women said, don't worry about it. I want to do it. Ooh, goddamn Z. Huh? Young millennial and Gen Z black women said, look, you could call me the N-word. We could do slave play, right? I'm going to call you massa. Oh, God. Huh? And here's the thing. And they're doing this, once again, with white guys, at least on camera, that would rather not. They don't want to go that far with it. Oh, boy. Huh? They don't want to go that far with it. What upside down, topsy-turvy world do we live in, everyone? Huh? But Z, could you get through it this time? We're going to try to get through it this time, y'all. We're going to try to get through it, right? As a matter of fact, I thought this happened. Y'all give Z a second, right? Y'all give Z a second. Let's see if I could get this going. Okay. Gives you a second. Okay, perfect. All right. All right, y'all. All right. So let's see if Z can actually get through it this time. And here we go.
I'm speaking on behalf of all white dudes that date black girls.
Can y'all stop calling us massa?
What the do I? You know what you're doing. You know, like, what the am I supposed to say? Y'all be thinking it's funny as laughing here, having the time of your life. Girl, you.
Ha ha, laugh, funny. That's funny. To me, it's funny. Yeah, do you have a sense of humor?
So I'm a brown girl. I like a little vanilla in my life, and I might one day be a white dude's wife.
No, stop living in your fantasy world that white guys are somehow perfect.
Way that you get treated by a white man, completely different from how you get treated by a black man.
That's alright. Yeah, I got a type. Some people don't like it, but the swirl is the hype. When I see a cute guy, I always gotta think, is he down with the brown? If he is, we about to link in.
Fellas, you wanna know why you black queens are choosing these white men? This kissing toes, bowing down, buying houses on the first date.
I'm just so...
Look, Z can't do it. I can't. Apparently, I can't make it past 10 seconds. Mr. Z, yes, I've seen her before. Yes, I've seen the clip before. Yes. I don't even recall if I've ever reviewed it. I don't think I've ever reviewed that clip in particular, but I remember when it came out. Yeah, I saw it. This is not the first time or the second or the third time I've seen that clip. Once again, and y'all recall, for all of us that were there, a couple years ago, there was a black woman on Twitter that literally said the same thing. It could have been her. The white guys on the first date, before the first date, they buying this, they spending money, they sending you money for your hair and your nails. And Mr. Z referenced this before, and it was like 4, 5, 6 white dudes who descended into her Twitter thread and ripped her a new one. Which white guys? Not me, not none of my friends. Which white guys y'all talking about? Dear black women, white men who are not simps don't see what you're saying as a compliment, and they see it as an insult, right? They don't see what you're saying as a compliment. They see it as an insult. What they're hearing when you're saying that is that they need to make up for a lack of manhood and masculinity by buying you. You're insulting white men, dear black women. I know you think you're throwing dirt on black men. Look, black men, see, the white man, look at all the things he does that you don't do. I know that's what you think you're doing, feel you're doing. It's telling black men, look, the real man, the white man, look at what he does. Even before our first date, he's sending money for my hair and my nails. First of all, if you're not a sugar baby, oops, that's not actually happening. That's not actually happening. The white men expose y'all for lying. Dear black women, look, I know y'all really think that quote unquote black Twitter is really a thing. Y'all think there's some type of moat or some type of 12-foot gate blocking everyone from seeing and reading and watching what's going on quote unquote black Twitter. And when I say black Twitter, I just mean black everything on the internet. Huh? Dear black women, white guys, even white guys that are not really friends with black men like that, they're reading and watching your comments. And by the way, you're insulting them when you say these things. It's not real. It's not true. We know it and they know it. They're telling you to stop lying on their pee. They're telling you to stop lying on their wallet. Oops. Huh? Y'all are lying on white men. That's what y'all doing.
He's right, you know.
Huh? But we get it. Black men are dusty and bums and losers, and white men are the real men, and they know how to treat a woman. Huh? And for what I was speaking about earlier, about this kind of slave play thing that's going on between white men and black women, and how we're finding out. I want to see how Dr. Umar Johnson speaks about this. Huh? But we're finding out more and more that it's really black women pushing the slave play thing. Here goes a story, and we're gonna get back to Shay Shadi's clip. Here goes a story from well, anyway, a news story from a few years ago. It's about 2.5 minutes long. Y'all bear with. Listen to this. Once again, fair use, fair use. Actually, let's put that up right now. Right? Fair use, fair use. All right. And let's play this. And some of y'all have already seen it. I already have it up in my videos. Some of you, especially some of the newer subscribers, have never seen this before. Mr. Z remembers this story from a few years ago. Tariq Nasheed actually covered this story or spoke about this story a few years ago. More like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe. And here y'all go. Maybe even 7 or 8 years ago, but here y'all go.
Black Florida woman whose white boyfriend was arrested after slave and slaver domestic spat denies alleged racial component. The black girlfriend of a white man who was arrested during a domestic spat in Bradenton, Florida last week has issue with a police report implying there was a racial component to an argument between the pair after she asked if he wanted to play slave and slaver. She also doesn't want him prosecuted for simple battery. Kenneth Atkins was arrested August 6 after he and his girlfriend of 3 years, Ashley Edwards, became involved in a heated quarrel in which, according to Edwards, Atkins made a comment that prompted her to say, "Oh, you want to play slave and slaver?" According to the report from the Manatee County Sheriff's Department, it was a black and white issue. Ashley stated she wanted to play slave and slaver because she is African American and he is Caucasian, according to an affidavit submitted by police. Kenneth did not wish to partake and became verbally aggressive. Edwards, 36, told the Daily News by phone Wednesday that she made that comment, but it was meant as a dominatrix thing rather than in a racial way. She says she called 911 the night of the incident because Atkins was acting crazy and I didn't want anything to do with it. The Daily News flash. Once cops arrived, Edwards said she simply wanted her boyfriend removed from her apartment. Edwards said she and Atkins both talked to police, who, according to her, overstated the slave and slaver comment. That report also said Atkins, 37, spat in Ashley's face, which she said should be taken literally. "He spit towards me, but didn't do anything to me," she said. "If he did that, I would have pressed charges." Edwards said she's hit Atkins in the past, but claims he's never responded physically and that she doesn't want to see a battery charge on his record, which according to the smoking gun, includes a pending theft charge involving a Florida Walmart. He shouldn't have been arrested, she said of last week's confrontation. According to the police report, Atkins denied the allegations and/or any other physical confrontation. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office hasn't returned a request for comment.
Now what? Understand something. You deal with a hood-ass white dude, right? One of these wigger-ass white dudes. Okay, whatever. Okay, they've been together for 3 years. All right, longer than most of these little interracial twists y'all be having with white guys. All right, right? You've hit him before. He never responded physically. I don't know how much I believe that. I think you're just trying to keep him out of jail because he got a charge pending. Okay, cool. You want to claim it was dominatrix. What the hell ever. You didn't say nothing about no BDSM, ma'am. You said, I want y'all to hear that. Black woman says to white man. Once again, she poses the question. She proposes. I wouldn't be surprised if she was the one that got on one knee and actually proposed to him one day. Fine. She poses the question. You want to play slave and slaver. She didn't say nothing about no BDSM. She didn't say nothing about no domination. She didn't say nothing about that. Once again, a black woman says to a white man in America, with America's history, you want to play slave and slaver? Uh-oh. Right? What type of backwards, upside down land do we live in, everyone? Huh? Bruce on Wayne says, what happened to your sound? No, it's just a different, different thing going on. I'm trying something different. Hopefully my sound will come back the way it used to be tomorrow-ish, maybe, possibly, knock it on wood. Or maybe later on, maybe early next week. We will see. There's something going on, y'all know. I'll let y'all know, the details a little bit later on, but we're trying something right now. Improvising, more like it, right? But once again, Mr. Z is saying something here. She say, going back to the title. Black women tell us how desirable they are when they step outside the Black community. They tell us that their major issue is that they're too loyal to Black men. That's what Black women are saying. They are too loyal to Black men. That's what they're saying. They're saying that white guys and Latino guys and Asian guys and whoever else, Middle Eastern guys, know how to treat a woman, know how to treat a Black woman. That these other non-Black men aren't colorist, featurist, texturist, right? Aren't failed wannabe white patriarchs. That's what these women are saying. And then the white women turn around and say, yeah, white men are practice weaponized incompetence and they're ghosting us and right, they're man children, they're immature. The white woman, one of the clips, right? Once again, links are in the description. She's somewhere in her 30s, maybe. She's getting ghosted on dates. As Mr. Z said earlier, apparently Black women are getting better white men, better Latino men, better Asian men, better Middle Eastern men than Latina women are getting, than white women are getting, than Middle Eastern and Arab women are getting, than Asian women are getting. But somehow Black women's loyalty to Black men is what's keeping them there. Let me say it straight up. Until we start hearing Black women straight up say, hey, we don't got nowhere to go, Black men are our best bet, Mr. Z is about leaving them out there. I want y'all to prove that it's your loyalty. Go prove it. Go get the white man then. Shout out to Compassion and Callous. Shout out to Edward Anderson. Yes, just date out. Huh? Prove it, Black women. In significant number. Don't tell me about no outliers. Shout out to Media Man, that's 6.5% of all marriageable age Black women apparently that are married outside the race. No. Nope. That number need to be 25%, 30, 33. We need to see about a third of black women marrying outside to particularly white men. Then the rest of y'all could be married to Latino men and Asians and Middle Eastern or whatever. Prove it. Prove that you have a better option outside the black community. Prove it. Chrissy, prove it. Huh? You see, Crystalline Karazin, shout out to Louis Conyer, Red Pill Sleeper Cell. You see Crystalline Karazin, she tried her best to save face. Huh? She trying her best to save face while she's moonwalking out of all the craziness that she said a few years ago, not even a few years ago, a decade ago, years ago. All that black men are nothing but big D and swag, and we got so many options outside, and just go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. Yeah, she trying to moonwalk out of that while still trying to save face. Huh? All that scorched earth she did on black men because her and her baby daddy didn't work out. All that scorched earth, what happened? You and your white husband didn't last. Y'all were going. Mr. Z was like, oh, this might be one of those, okay, until death do us part marriages. Okay, I see you, Crystalline Karazin. At least that was one thing. And then, nope. Huh? Now you look like the drunk auntie over here popping pills or something. Huh? Uh-oh. What happened? Nah, dear black women, nah, you gotta prove it. You're too loyal to black men? How did Mr. Z forget to include Amala Ekpunobi's, all her clips of the black women complaining? Because Amala's probably on the same thing. We already know Amala, do you have a non-black man? I think she do, right? Shout out to all you black women who keep on. The reason why I'm with a white guy. Yeah, y'all heard the sneak dissing from Candace Owens when she was on the Breakfast Club? Huh? The sneak dissing of black men when Candace Owens was on the Breakfast Club? Yeah, all them black women do that crap. Especially the conservative ones. I'm looking for someone who's family oriented and who can match my intellect and who has the same interest I do, and I just happen to end up with a white man. But I've dated black men before. You know, it's just never worked out. Yawn! Huh? Yeah, we hear you. Yawn! No, ladies, we gonna make you mean that. Let's see how many Candace Owens and Amala Ekpugnobis and, right? Serena Williams and Eves, isn't that what what's her name? Paris Milan said to us? Eve chose better. Kamala chose better. Serena chose better. Isn't that what she said to us? For those of you that ever saw that clip, it's old. Her channel is down now. Last time I checked, etc., etc. A few of us might have seen it. Mr. Z saw it. Huh? Uh-oh. So no, we're gonna make you mean it, ladies. We're going to make you mean it. Huh? So I wanted to play that for y'all so y'all could see we live in an upside down, topsy-turvy world where y'all see a number of black women are the ones who are trying to make light of slavery. And I said this before. We saw that with what's her name? The little petite Haitian sister. What's her name again? Goddamn. Making light of JD Vance and the whole Haitians are eating cats in Ohio thing. Black women quick to throw anybody under the bus to end up with the white dude. Huh? They're the ones who they making light of slavery. They making light of Jim Crow. As a matter of fact, black men are the reason that black women were enslaved. Black men ain't never build nothing. Black men ain't never do nothing. Black men ain't never protect nothing. All of that to appeal to the non-black men, particularly the white man. Dear black women, we gonna make you mean that. And by the way, this economy gonna put a foot so far up y'all ass. Oh, dear black women, we're going to make you mean that you out here living your best life and you strong and independent and you single and you straight though. Huh? You're good, right? We're gonna make you mean that I'm single and sexy. Why should I care? Dear black women, we're gonna make you mean that. Huh? And let me say this when Mr. Z says that. In the black manosphere, we're talking about this, we're conscious and whatnot. The average black man is not in the black manosphere. They don't interact with us on the internet like that. When Mr. Z says we're gonna make you may not understand what Mr. Z is saying. Y'all have made the environment so toxic for yourself and your future prospects that you have made yourself insufferable to black men. And when Mr. Z says we're gonna make you mean that, what Mr. Z is saying is that these young men in particular, but black men in particular, black men in general, young black men in particular, all they see y'all as is mean, domineering, overbearing ass women. When Mr. Z says we're gonna make you feel that, what I mean is black young men in particular are going to stay away from y'all. And y'all gonna feel that. We're gonna play the clip in a minute of Media Man. But y'all seen the clips. There's a cute, I found her attractive, cute sister with the bob, where she's like, in LA, the black men are not interested in you. And then I found her attractive. Why are you single, ma'am? Your looks all right. You all right? Huh? You trying to tell me no black man in LA is checking for you at all? Uh-oh. No black man worth a damn in LA is checking for you? Hard to believe. Huh? But let's see if Mr. Z can actually get through with this. Look, we done made it, but a minute and a half-ish. Let's see if Mr. Z can make it the whole way. Here we go. Let's try. We got about 9 minutes. Let's see if Mr. Z can do it. All right, yo, here we go.
I'm speaking on behalf of all white dudes that date black girls.
Can y'all stop on us, massa?
What the do I? You know what you're doing. You know, like, what the am I supposed to say? That y'all be thinking it's funny as laughing here, having the time of your life. Girl, you.
Haha, laugh, funny. That's funny. To me, it's funny. Yeah, do you have a sense of humor?
So I'm a brown girl. I like a little vanilla in my life, and I might one day be a white dude's wife.
No, stop living in your fantasy world that white guys are somehow perfect.
Way that you get treated by a white man, completely different from how you get treated by a black man.
That's alright. Yeah, I got a type. Some people don't like it, but the swirl is the hype. When I see a cute guy, I always gotta think, is he down with the brown? If he is,
shout out to Blonde Riggs.
You wanna know why you black queens are choosing these white men?
No, man, we don't want to know.
Hoes bowing down, buying houses on the first date.
I'm just so sick and tired of it. Kind of just like worshiping white guys. Again, we aren't deserving of any kind of flattery.
White men will actually date you, like take you out on dates, like fancy dinners and stuff.
He's addressing that black queen as a queen.
I was approached by a black woman recently through social media. She said she liked me. I was like, okay. I took her out for a date. And the whole date was just her basically fawning over me. Not because of who I am.
White men will also take you a lot seriously, a lot quicker. They'll want to tie the knot as opposed to black men. They tend to take their time. That's where they'll treat you like a lady and have a little bit less expectations when it comes to financial and just in every which way.
He actually listens to what the he got to say. He take heed of her interest. He don't tell her, oh, that's a dumb idea. I'm just a narcissist, and no, you're not going to be great. Instead, he pours into her.
We are not the best dating option. Dead serious. There's other people out there. And I know for a fact, black women, there are black men who are, as just in character, are better than I am. They're nicer than I am. They have a superior disposition when in public. Much more patient than I am, you know, because I'm actually a person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not I really don't think I'm a great individual. I messed up a lot in my life, and I regret it.
Black men, I realize it's really 50-50. Now, I understand that relationships aren't always 50-50, but I will say that I just noticed with white men, they just put a lot more effort.
Nigga, you value just went up with a black that worship us.
And, you know, though I'm trying to improve, I'm in no way worthy of this kind of flattery.
Look, Mr. Z couldn't do it, y'all. I couldn't do it. We're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish it. We're going to finish it. Imagine living in a world. We are truly in topsy-turvy land. We are truly in topsy-turvy land. Imagine living in a world where a black woman in America, y'all. America, George Washington, America. Huh? Thomas Jefferson's America. Nixon and Reagan's America. Donald Trump's America. Imagine Clinton's America. Huh? Strom Thurmond's America. Ooh, goddamn, Z. Huh? Lee Atwater's America. Huh? Johnson's America. LBJ. Imagine living in that America as a black woman saying that white men worship black women. Oh my God. We are truly in topsy-turvy land. Huh? Imagine living in America, right? And you are saying that white men worship black women. And white men are in smoke-filled rooms or playing video games with each other, and they're laughing their asses off at this type of stuff. Huh? Imagine coming out the mouth in America. Oh my God. Huh? Andrew Jackson's America, y'all. Imagine in that America. Huh? Rush Limbaugh's America, everyone. Ben Shapiro's America. Well, at least half of him is loyal to America. The other half, goddamn Z, don't say it. Don't say it before your channel gets strike. You already know how them small hats be. Huh? Imagine. And you're saying white guys worship black women? Boy, the lengths y'all will go to spite black men or to tell black men some BS to try to get black men to literally kill themselves to make you rich white women because you're so goddamn insecure. Huh? Imagine. Living in this America with this America's history and saying to black men that white men worship black women. Oh boy. We are truly an upside down land, topsy-turvy land. Huh? Mr. Z has met black women who are married to white men, and they've been married for, oh crap, going on 3 decades now. I've met different, black women married to white men and Latino men here in South Florida, and they don't give you none of this vibe. Their white husband don't give you no weird, cringy vibe. It's just a normal white man I've met hood white dudes married to black women. I've met more square, upright, white collar white men married to black women. They don't give you none of these vibes. And then Mr. Z, ooh boy, you definitely met this where you like, okay, I know what this is. Huh? And either way, you know what you didn't see? White men worshiping black women. Uh-oh. Latino men worshiping black women. Yikes. Asian Z, I ain't even gonna finish that sentence. It's not a real thing. Huh? Imagine living in a country with America's history. It had to go to war with itself to free black slaves. It had to go to war with itself. Still to this day, America was in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, name them. And yet America, the most lives, the most blood spilt in America was when it was at war with itself to free the slaves. Every southern state in their letters of succession, all of them, number one, hey, we trying to keep these Negroes in chains. I don't know what the hell the North got going on. Huh? I don't know what you Northeasterners, I don't know what y'all got going on, but hey, we trying to keep our whole quote unquote Southern way of doing things. Yeah, we trying to keep these Negroes enslaved. I don't know what you got going on. In that country, a black woman telling you, yeah, white men worship black women. Okay, fine, Z, you went too far back. Okay, cool. Huh? In the country where Elon Musk is questionably maybe doing Heil Hitler, ooh, goddamn. Huh? In the country where you got the Afrikaner who family made money off of South Africa being an apartheid state, and now he's in America as the richest person on the planet, and he just raided the goddamn treasury in that America. And yeah, the clip is old, it's older than this, but still. In that America, this lady is telling you white men worship black women. A white man from South Africa don't got a black wife. He got 12 kids, like 3-4 baby mamas, or wives or ex-wives. He don't got one mixed kid. And he was born and raised in South Africa. And in that America, where the wealthiest person on the planet lives in America, they're telling us that guy, worships black women? Wait a minute. Sachs, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, who else? Elon Musk. Who else was behind Trump during that inauguration? All these billionaire, rich, uber wealthy white dudes, and a black woman in sight. Huh? Uh-oh. No black wife in sight. In the inauguration, y'all seen any black wives in there? And the one black wife that was supposed to show up didn't. Ooh, Z, you went there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's right, you know.
Huh? The one black wife that was supposed to be at the inauguration didn't show up. Uh-oh. Huh? Uh-oh, black women.
So we don't have the capacity.
Huh? So let me get this right. In these United States of America, this white woman is telling you white men worship black women? Huh? Wow. Yeah. I don't know. White men worship black women in these United States.
You sure about that?
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Huh? The white man said, "Are you sure about that?" That's what he said. Huh? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. I'm gonna read you guys super chats in a minute. I know I haven't caught up with them. We're gonna read them in a minute. We're gonna read them in a minute. Let's see if Mr. Z can actually go through with this finally. Let's see. We gonna make it. Are we? Let's try. There we go, y'all.
I was speaking on behalf of all white dudes that date black girls.
Can y'all stop on us massa?
What the do I? You know what you're doing. You know, like, what the am I supposed to say? Y'all be thinking it's funny as laughing here, having the time of your life. Girl, you.
Haha, laugh, funny. That's funny. To me, it's funny. Yeah, do you have a sense of humor?
So I'm a brown girl. I like a little vanilla in my life, and I might one day be a white dude's wife.
No, stop living in your fantasy world that white guys are somehow perfect.
Way that you get treated by a white man, completely different from how you get treated by a black man.
That's alright. Yeah, I got a type. Some people don't like it, but the swirl is the hype. When I see a cute guy, I always gotta think, is he down with the brown? If he is, we about to link in.
Fellas, you wanna know why you black queens are choosing these white men? This kissing toes, bowing down, buying houses on the first date.
I'm just so sick and tired of it. Kind of just like worshiping white guys. Again, we aren't deserving of any kind of flattery.
White men will actually date you, like take you out on dates, like fancy dinners and stuff.
He's addressing that black queen as a queen.
I was approached by a black woman recently through social media. She said she liked me. I was like, okay, I took her out for a date. And the whole date was just her basically fawning over me. Not because of who I am.
White men will also take you a lot seriously, a lot quicker. They'll want to tie the knot as opposed to black men. They tend to take their time. That's where they'll treat you like a lady and have a little bit less expectations when it comes to financial and just in every which way.
He actually listens to what the he got to say. He take heed of her interests. He don't tell her, oh, that's a dumb idea. I'm just a narcissist, and no, you're not going to be great. Instead, he pours into her.
We are not the best dating option. Dead serious. There's other people out there. And I know for a fact, black women, there are black men who are, as just in character, are better than I am. They're nicer than I am. They have a superior disposition when in public. Much more patient than I am. Because I'm actually a person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not I really don't think I'm a great individual. I messed up a lot in my life, and I regret it.
Black men, I realize it's really 50-50. Now, I understand that relationships aren't always 50-50, but I will say that I just noticed with white men, they just put a lot more effort.
Nigga, you value just went up with a black that worship us.
And though I'm trying to improve, I'm in no way worthy of this kind of flattery. I'm not deserving of anything like it. And the whole thing was because I was white.
I have the ability to sit more into my feminine energy. This doesn't go for everybody. Every race is going to have some good and some bad. Ladies, if you have never tried it, consider going for it.
So, to say I was offended, yeah, I think I was. Because that's the only thing that mattered. Was the fact that I'm white.
Love my black brothers, but at the end of the day, homegirl's trying to walk down the aisle one day. Statistically speaking, this is not me. Black men are the least most likely to propose. Again, this is not for everybody because, damn, they sexy. It's all about what you want in your life.
I want black women to have a lot more self-respect than they do now. Kind of just like worshiping white guys. Again, we aren't deserving of any kind of flattery. We're no better than black men or Hispanic men or Asian men. A lot of us have personal issues.
Submission is almost like a cuss word in the relationship discourse. We've seen it oftentimes rejected as remnants of an old, quote-unquote, patriarchal regime that needs to be dismantled. Or we've seen women put conditions on it and say she cannot be submissive until her man is willing to provide her a comfortable enough financial lifestyle. But either way,
No, Lemmy,
submission
y'all
is
gotta be
often met
tortured
with
with
a bit
this.
of resistance,
Y'all gotta be tortured.
especially in Black America. But
Cruel
notice
and
how
unusual punishment.
effortlessly these lovely ladies called their white boyfriends or partners massa. And while it was often done as a joke, I want you to imagine a world in which Black women could joke about Black men controlling and dominating them, and then basically having no rights. Yeah, that wouldn't happen. The Black relationship discourse is very combative, and Black love is often presented as a power struggle between Black men and Black women. But what the white gentleman in the video exposes is something that is a clue into why the relationship dynamics can change when Black women are with white men versus when Black women are with Black men. It's not that interrelationships are bad in and of themselves, but it has to do with the value people place on them. And sadly, we've seen that a lot of swirlers, divestors, or aspiring swirlers have romanticized ideas about interracial love that is not based upon reality. But because these ladies have romanticized ideas about white men, I also believe that for, again, some ladies, especially those who lack understanding, it might make Black women more willing to submit or be more feminine to their white counterpart. The truth is, in order to submit or essentially cooperate with a man in your life, there has to be a level of trust that you have to have for him. You have to believe he is capable of leading you, taking care of you, or providing for you. You have to be willing to rest and trust his leadership. And in Black America, Black women are not really taught to trust Black men or even see their capacity. We want them to work hard for us and provide financially, but we don't understand or value their masculinity or trust their leadership because Black men have been systematically removed as the head of the Black community. So much so that Black women think it's normal to raise a household without men. It's not a culture that cultivates healthy masculine and feminine dynamics. Also, we live in the West, and consciously or subconsciously, white men are often associated with authority, power, prosperity, and having leadership capacity because this nation was built by white people for the descendants of white people. Now, I know there has been a battle for decades to have America embrace its multicultural makeup, but we can't forget the original intention by which this nation was built. We see white presidents, white leaders, white CEOs, white politicians, even today, in all positions of power. So I believe that subconsciously, that gives Black women who have no Black consciousness and no understanding of their own culture and their own ethnicity, it gives them a consciousness that whiteness is associated to power, authority, leadership, and all things prosperous. And so this is why I think ladies can make jokes about white men being their master, because on some level, they actually are. Well, if they choose that at least. And it's about time we get out of assuming Black men are the only ones who may have raccooning ways. Black men and Black women were impacted by slavery and colonization. And until we call a spade, or at least address misconceptions, wrong beliefs, self-hating notions some of us might have today that stem from the dark past, then these raccooning ways continue unchecked. We see average white men being romanticized and being put into positions that they need not be. And we know that that's just a fetish. And that can lead the lovely ladies down a long road of disaster. And as the white men said in the video, all men, including white men, have their own set of issues, and that should not be overlooked when seeking to find long-lasting love. But anyways, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye!
Shout out to Shay Sade. Y'all go ahead and go give her a like. The link is in the description box. Shout out to Shay Sade. Shay, let me say it how Mr. Z usually says it. We haven't. I don't think we've ever really had a conversation in BGS or one of the elders, Art New Style, or someone can correct me if I'm wrong, Obsidian or one of the older brothers. I don't think we've ever had a conversation in Black America about how we speak about European beauty standards, but how white male hegemonic rule has impacted the way Black women see manhood, masculinity, providership, opulence, luxury, right? Relationships and intimacy, right? We haven't had a conversation about this essentially, in the beauty of the internet and social media, as y'all heard Z say pretty much often, and Mr. Z is the one who pretty much coined this term in the Black manosphere. The internet and social media are the new town square. And I don't even want to call it new no more. It's just the town square. It's just the town square. And so Black women don't get to hide behind white media execs and Black women who are their advisors and whatnot. They don't get to hide behind nitpicking and cutting out and splicing out different segments of talk shows so y'all don't get to see what Black women are really on. Now Black women have a camera and a microphone to spew out whatever they want to spew out and to advertise themselves however they want. And this is how they sound. And this is how they sound. We have not had a conversation, from my understanding at least. Once again, a more seasoned brother could correct Z if he's wrong. We haven't had a conversation about how manhood, masculinity, how that has been impacted in Black women's mind because of, well, white male hegemony. And quite frankly, how women of color the world over, Black women in the Caribbean and South America, on the continent, right? How they think about manhood since the rule of white men. How have women of color, Black women in particular, thought about manhood since 1492? Huh? And what does that mean for the men of their group, of their race, of their ethnicities, of their cultures? Huh? Exactly, Guy Incognito, mild afraid, let them talk. When you let anyone talk, it's not just a Black woman thing, it's not just a woman thing. Eventually, they're going to tell you what it is. And for the longest, all we heard, particularly as Black men, is how messed up Black men are, how colorist Black men are, how featurist Black men are, how Black men subscribe too much to the European beauty standard, and how that's a hindrance to Black women and their intimacy. How at the same time, you have successful Black men on one end who are obsessed with white women and Latinas, or quote unquote exoticals, Asian women, and any non-Black women, particularly dark-skinned Black women, right? We kept on hearing that ad nauseum. And then we let the Black women talk, and some of them frame it like they're victims of Black men ineptitude or colorism, featurism, texturism. And some of them just straight up said, I just want a white man because that's what I want. And I want the man. Now they're going to phrase it differently, but once again, let them talk. Eventually, we're going to get to, look, what was her name? Jasmine Theodora? What did she say? She's tired of Black men talking about racism. Ooh. Huh? And Jasmine Theodora was a light-skinned mixed Black woman married to a white man with a beard. Uh-oh. And what did Dr. Chantel Buggs tell us about women of color and white men with beards? They love them a white man with a beard because it symbolizes what? Class, authority, and power. Those weren't her exact words. That was the sentiment, though. But she did mention the white men with the beards and how obsessed these women were with white men with beards. Uh-oh. Telescope. This is 150 million% correct. And Telescope says they don't even want white men. They're just fiending. Excuse me. Let's read that again. They don't even want white men. They're just fiending for his validation. Uh-oh. And white men ain't handing out validation out for anything. First of all, they don't ever hand the validation out. That's a whole different conversation. But fine with the framing. They're not handing that validation out for free. Dear Black women, what are you gonna have to do for that validation that you're never gonna get? But what are you gonna have to do for that validation? Uh-oh. Maybe some strange things for some change things? Huh? Maybe let him trampoline in you a little bit? Huh? Uh-oh. Maybe? Maybe? Maybe pogo stick up and down your esophagus? Maybe? For the validation? But I guess when you say, all right, Mr. White Man, I'll let you do what you wanted to do to me. You know, Mr. White Man, you gonna pay what you owe, Mr. White
That's how it
Man.
starts, you know. Taking bitches out to eat, meals and whatnot. Next thing you know, you wake up in a rest haven for hoes. A sanctuary for scandalous skeezers and stunts.
And that's what white men are telling each other. And when you say, Mr. White Man, I let you do what you wanted to do to me. I let you use me as a toy, Mr. White Man. Dear black women, isn't that what you're saying? Mr. White Man, you gonna pay what you owe?
You gonna pay what you owe, man?
And when you say that, how does the white man respond? Huh? How does the white man respond when you say you're gonna pay what you owe, Santa? Huh? How does the white man respond, dear black women, when you tell the white man, look, I done benign neglected black men and black boys, right? I've insulted them, I've belittled them, I've intellectualized my misandry about them, right? Black male misandry. I've done everything. I've gone through your institutions. I'm institutionalized. I call it educated. Uh-oh. Huh? I've done everything. I let myself be the little sexual plaything. Dear black women, isn't that what you're saying? You let yourself be the little sexual plaything for white men? Isn't that what y'all telling them? And after they say bye, Felicia, and you refuse to leave, what do they do? Huh? Uh-oh. Huh? Telescope is 100% right. It's about the validation. I've said this, and you've heard other women of color actually finally say it. Their femininity can only really be validated by white men, because what feminism did was it brought women up to a level, it gave them high heels, and now they can only be in relationship in their mind with the man. They can't be with a man anymore. They can't be with a stable guy, a good guy. It's not good enough. I hear you, ladies. So now they got to be with the man. And the man is really either uber wealthy, rich, successful, non-white men, or just your middle of the road, average and above white man. Even below average white man. Oops. That's what the women of color are saying, particularly the loudest of them, black and Asian women. Ooh, goddamn, see. Black women, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. I'm not gonna say y'all the only ones. I'm not even gonna say y'all the loudest ones. Y'all the most abrasive ones. Y'all the most crass ones. But y'all not the loudest ones. Shout out to you, Asian women. Oops. Huh? I'll throw black women a bone. They're not the only ones out there howling at the moon for
He's
white
right,
men.
you know.
Huh? They're not the only ones. Y'all check that interracial dating. Excuse me, not interracial dating. Y'all check the interracial marriage rate, and y'all check the interviews with Dr. Chantel Buggs and Dr. Jennifer Lundquist, and they'll tell you what it is. I'll give black women that they're not the only ones, but because black women are unfortunately in the group of black men, they are a concern. Unfortunately, but y'all can check them numbers. It's not just black women.
Check the statistics.
Huh? Telescope is 100% right. And before we go on, let's read some of these super chats. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, right? And this is a perfect time to read. We're going to read this one from Cho. I did not forget about y'all further up, KMS. I did not forget about you, St. Cyr. I did not forget about you. So we're going to read through them. We're going to read through them. And I'm gonna, as a matter of fact, Trell, I did not forget though. For the culture, I'm gonna play that in a minute. I'm gonna play it in a minute. And Trell says first, FOB, fetishizing of Brad. So that's exactly what it is, right? That's exactly what it is. Fetishizing of Brad. Shout out to Trell Bentley. Huh? FOB, I guess we're going to call it that now, right? It's not MOE anymore, money over everything, right? It's not any of that. MOB, for those of us that know MOB, money over yitches. Huh? Shout out to Currency with his song. It was and it was on a smooth ass beat too. Huh? It's not JOB, Jets over Yitches. Shout out to Currency. Huh? It's not even that. Trell is right. It's FOB, fetishizing of Brad. Right? And once again, Trell, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. We're going to play this for you. Give me a second if Mr. Z can find it. Shout out to Trell. Huh? And the next one from Trell says, for the culture. I'm going to play it in 1 second, Trell. I'm going to play it in 1 second. And Trell says, for the culture. Right? And for that one, we'll give Trell what it is. Trell gives you a second. Here you go. Right? Rest in peace, Takeoff. Right? And for the culture, by the way, this ties in perfectly. So this is a white comedian speaking about dating black women. From my understanding, he has a mixed daughter with a black woman, but I guess when he was dating, and I think they're still together if I'm not mistaken. But before that, when he was out here dating other black women, this is what he was running into. And shout out to Trell for the culture. And y'all will understand it in a minute for those of you who have never seen this before. Here y'all go.
She had a weird conversation with me, like 2 months into us dating. It made me think that she had some like different motives to dating me. Made me uncomfortable. She was like, Jeff, I'm happy to finally be with a white man. Black dudes, you can't trust them. They're just gonna cheat on you. They ain't. You know how uncomfortable you feel right now? Imagine how I felt. This is in real life for me. This is just a story for you. I felt uncomfortable as shit. I didn't know what to do. So I talked to a black friend of mine. His name's Josh. I was like, Josh, told him the whole story. He's like, Jeff, I'll tell you what you got to do, but you might not like it. I'm like, all right, let me have it. He's like, Jeff, for the culture, you got to cheat on that. That's what...
Huh? And shout out to Trell. Shout out to Trell. And I did not forget about you, Saint Cyr. As a matter of fact, let's do that right now. Because I see the comments. Where did it go? Where did it go? I just saw the damn comment. Y'all give Z a second. There we go. And Saint Cyr says, Z, remember to read the super chats. I don't forget about y'all. And not forget about y'all. And as a matter of fact, Saint Cyr has the first super chat. And here we go. And thank you for this. Like, share, subscribe to the super chat. And Saint Cyr says, and Shug, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you for the Cash App. And St. Cyr says Reckless Tax Z. They're out here writing whole race play novels and buzzing their rose toys to the books. Nasty work. I'll play it in a minute. I'm gonna play it in a minute. You know, St. Cyr, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And St. Cyr says they are buzzing. They're buzzing themselves with the toy, right? They're buzzing themselves. And here y'all go with the buzz. Huh? Let me. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this, so that y'all can see it. There they go, buzzing themselves with the toy, with the rose toy. Huh? Let's play it one more time for Saint Cyr for his patience. And here you go once again, Saint Cyr, right? And by the way, apparently the rose toy does have a mode called Jackhammer. So one more again for Saint Cyr. Here you go. Here you go. Shout out to you ladies with the rose toy, huh? Right. And Saint Cyr, you get one of these. Right. You get one of these. If I could find it, that would be great. And there you go. Right. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. I mean, like, what else is there when you have downplayed black men, you have at best benign neglect black boys and black men, or that's how you were raised to interact with black boys when you were younger, and young black men when you were a young black woman, right? You might go out there try and do your swirl or divester thing. It fails, or feels weird, or feels awkward, or the white guy says something that lets you know this ain't gonna work, or after he's done with you, having his fun with you, huh? Or once or twice you end up with a couple of white guys and they have their fun with you, and then when you realize which you are to white guys or Latino guys or Asian guys or whoever the hell, Middle Eastern guys. Shout out to Compassion and Callous. He said what the Arab guys are doing to them black women in Chicago. Uh-oh. In that Chicagoland area, yikes. Huh? Huh? Whoopsie. Then you do your single and celibate thing when it fails with the non-black guys. Huh? When it fails with the non-black guys, you out here, I'm single and sexy. Why should I care? Yeah, that sounds nice. When really you're dying inside. Huh? When really the way you speak to younger black women, you done go and scorch earth, because now that you're back in the black community trying to make it work with black men, and you're actually not trying to make it work with black men, you're trying to dominate black men, and that ain't gonna work. You've gone full on scorched earth by talking crap about black men to young black women, telling them they got all the time in the world, or don't worry about that, or focus on something else. Huh? There is nothing left, Saint Cyr. There is nothing left for them except for the interracial domination books. Huh? There's nothing left for them except for that in the rose toy. Huh? The white man already did what he wanted to do with them. He already did it, and then he slid off like a boss. Huh? Then he slid off like a boss. So they got nothing left. Huh? Uh-oh. Once again, Saint Cyr, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. KMS, thank you for your patience. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And KMS is LOL. Foolish Z, don't you know that your most backwater hillbilly white man have an inner John B. and Robin Thicke waiting to emerge once he finds any ebony queen? Hysterical. I see you, right? Black women's loyalty to black men is keeping the chocolate exodus at bay. I got one for you, KMS, if you're still listening. So I said this once, and it had BGS, no, but it really had Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, because they were in my comments at that for that stream. Dr. T. Hassan Johnson and Black Uru dying laughing. Here you go. Black women speak like they're in the hair salon, right? A bunch of 200-pounders, 180-years, 220-years, 250-years, 5'3", 5'4", 5'5", heavy-set black women, right? And they're in the hair salon and they're speaking about how much black men are making them go through it, and how much they just, they're tired of black men, and they're tired of the cheating, and they're tired of the texturism, colorism, featureism, right? They're tired of the laziness and the half-assedness and the weaponizing confidence and yada, 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 yada. And Chris Evans, right? Chris Hemsworth and Henry Cavill all land in their individual helicopters, right? Not all of them sharing the same helicopter. No, Chris Hemsworth lands in one helicopter, right? Henry Cavill lands in a different helicopter, right? And Chris Evans lands in a different helicopter with money leaking out of their pockets. They just came from the gym, so they chiseled, right? They looking, nice and buff. And they all three of them walk into the hair salon, and then they see black women, and they go to the first black woman they could see. Darker skin, broader nose, kinkier hair, at least 189, 190 if we're going to call a thing, at least 190. And says, oh my God, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Marry me right now. And black women are saying, no, 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 Mr. White Man, I can't marry you, right? Because deadbeat dad Tyrone is sleeping on my couch, and I'm so loyal to him, right? I'm way too loyal to deadbeat Tyrone, huh? Pookie, huh? Jody, huh? Baby boy is sleeping on my couch, doing nothing, scratching and sniffing and playing video games, huh? But I'm so loyal to him that I couldn't possibly leave him, even though he's a pain in my ass and he's the worst thing to ever happen on planet Earth. But listen, Mr. Hemsworth, Mr. Cavill, Mr. Evans, I could never, ever leave my black king for you with all your riches and good looks and fame and fortune. That's how black women speak. Huh? That's how black women speak. Like, even, excuse me, even with all of their anger and rage and resentment at black men for not being good enough and not treating black women good enough, that whenever they're propositioned by white men, whenever white men ask them out, whenever white men says, you're the most beautiful person I've ever met in my life, marry me right now and I will pay for everything and I will take care of you and I'll let you ride my face every night and I'll give you the rod of God and make you orgasm until you tremble off of the bed. And I will put you in a big mansion and I'll buy you a new car every year, a big luxury car. You know what? We live in the 21st century, a big luxury SUV. And black women are like, no, no, no. I would much rather drive my rundown Nissan Altima with the back bumper hanging. And I would much rather stay with Pookie, who's living on my couch, who's colorless and featureless and only with me because he has no other better choice. That's how black women speak. That's how loyal they are. Yeah, that's it. Huh? Yeah, that's it. Oh boy. Wow. That's how black women speak. They're so loyal, even though there's all of these like the most chiseled Asian guy. Shout out to those of you in LA or New York. Y'all done seen them. The chiseled Asian guy, the gym junkie Asian guy, the gym bro Asian guy, the Rico Suave, right? Latino guy, Bartholomew the Third. Shout out to Sarge Willie Pete. Bartholomew the Third, that would be Henry Cavill, right? The Arab Sheik, Mohammed bin Salman, bum ass, huh? All of these guys, right, are chasing after black women. It's black women's loyalty. Black women's loyalty is why they're staying. It has nothing to do with these men's colorism and featurism and texturism. And the only time they really do anything with black women is to have some fun with them. Fun with them and done with them. I don't pay them to pipe. I paid them to leave. Nope, that's not what's going on. Nope. Absolutely not. No, no, no. No. It's black women's loyalty, don't you know? All of these white guys in Hollywood, all of these white tech bros, all of these white millionaires, all of these white billionaires, all of these white guys that are making six figures or more, it's black women's loyalty that is keeping them from being with those white guys. It has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with those white guys, colorism, texturism, featurism, not the European beauty standard. Wait, white guys haven't been indoctrinated with the European beauty standard, but black men have. Yeah, that's the world we live in. Topsy-turvy land. Let black women tell it. Huh? Let black women tell it. The Latino men, ain't no Mahoro La Raza. Now when it comes to black women, huh? Somehow, Latino men are Mahoro La Raza, excuse me. Somehow Latino men are about that up until they get to see black women in America. all of a sudden, all of their faculties go out the window and they all about black women, particularly darker skinned black women with West African features. I didn't say East African. I'm not even speaking about the brothers like Mandela with the more almond eyes. Huh? No, I'm talking about West African features. We already know black women tip the scales at least 186 in America, 189 in America. Shout out to Shay Sade. I see how you were the AI art that you did. Accurate. I saw the details. Shout out to Shay Sade. Huh? The heavy set sisters with the more fit or kind of semi-fit white dudes. Yeah, that's what they think. Dear Shay Sade, I see what you did there. That was spot on. That's exactly what black women think. It's gonna be a bunch of pudgier sisters, heavier sisters. I'm not even gonna call them. Anyway, huh? Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I ain't even gonna say it. And they're gonna be with, fit white dudes that are all making over six figures and are stiff arming and pushing away the white women and the Latina women and the Asian women that want them for the heavier set black woman. Because they all think they're gonna be that sister that the white guy proposed to right there on the news network, on the news station. Yeah, Mr. Z saw it. It was cute. It was nice. Huh? Romantic. I hear him. Shout out to him. Because they're all gonna be that. Be at work and the white guy just walk up and propose to you right in front of everybody on camera. Yeah, that's it. Huh? And you a single mom already. Huh? Yeah, that's it. Oh boy. Let black women tell it. So shout out to you, KMS. That's what they think, bro. Once again, we're gonna read KMS's comment. Let's read it again. Y'all give me a second. And KMS says, LOL, foolish Z, don't you know that your most backwater hillbilly white man have an inner John B. or Robin Thicke waiting to emerge once he finds 80 Ebony Queen. Black women's loyalty to black men is keeping the chocolate exodus at bay. Yeah, that's it. Huh? And shout out to you, KMS. That is exactly how black women frame it. They're so loyal to it. They're so loyal to black men to a fault. It hurts. Because if they would just expand their options, ain't that right, Chrissy? If they would just expand their options, ain't that right, Crystal and Kerrison? And if they would just expand their option, ain't that right, Clark? What's Clark's first name again? I keep on calling her Clark. That's her last name. Huh? And by the way, the videos I've seen of her, she didn't explicitly say it, but it was definitely implied that the reason why she don't date black men is because they're really not on her level like that. Huh? Some of y'all know who I'm speaking of when I say Clark. Chocolate sister. She. I guess she went to Ivy League. She making good money, and there's like she's on the essentially black girl of luxury tip. Only logical says click TikTok Clark. I think so. I forgot her first name. Olivia Clark. I think that's her name. Let's see. We're gonna find out right now. Y'all know how Z is. We're gonna find out right now if Mr. Z is talking about the same Clark y'all talking about. Y'all give Z a second. I think that's the Olivia Clark, right? We're gonna find out. Give me a sec. Is that her? Let me see. For some reason, YouTube ain't showing me. Is this her? Oh yeah, it's called. She named her thing Olivia Gold. Huh? Maybe this is the wrong person. Huh? I don't know. I can't find her on YouTube. Maybe not. I think that's who y'all talking about. But yeah, Clark, whatever her last name is. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah. That lady, whatever. Yeah. Sneak dissing black men, as per usual with those type of sisters. That's why I say them outliers doing way too much talking. Lady, if you just don't go end up with the white man and have him pogo stick up and down your esophagus so you can have some mixed kids and be married and he could divorce your ass in 10, 15 years, huh? Was she only logical? I ain't gonna highlight it, YouTube things, but yeah, was she or is she? Because the way she was speaking is that she went to apparently some really good university or college, and essentially she done leveled up past dating black men. That's how she was speaking on them videos I saw of her. Right? The way she was speaking is like it's not that she's anti-black man, it's that she's doing so well in life. Essentially, black men can't keep up. And by the way, that's that same thing. That's the Amala Ekpunobi thing. That's that same thing that Candace Owens is on. They always frame it like that. They're more classy, they're too educated, right? And they don't use excuses. They're not soft. They're not, oh, y'all. By the way, oh boy, I'm gonna have a lefty panel because Mr. Z is gonna go on a tear on some of our conservative brothers in a minute. I see y'all real mum's the word on a couple of things. I'm like, excuse me, sir. A lot of y'all being a little too quiet for Z when it comes to this Elon Musk thing, but we're gonna get to it in a minute. Wrong stream for that. Better you, who else? Leon and all the rest of the lefty brother. I'm gonna send y'all email. We gonna have to have a panel about this. But once again, back to the topic. That's how it's framed, right? You let certain sisters frame it. That's their issue. I'm not anti-black, man. I don't have. Look, it's just that black men aren't qualified. They're just not on the level, right? You let them talk, huh? You let them talk. It's just that black men aren't on the level. My class and how educated I like this type of outcome in life, and I want this, and this is the way I live, and they're just, huh? And like they're implying that you're weak and beta. When I went on the tangent just now, what I was trying to say is they're implying you're too soft, and you've been indoctrinated with leftist, soft, socialist thinking. Okay, look, guess what I got? I'm about to spend about 2-3 minutes on this. Look, Jason Black. Look, Jason Black, bro. I heard you with that stream when you're like, socialist. Yeah, Mr. Z caught it. See, once black people start saying that socialist thing, I know something else coming with it. I know y'all done slept in bed with a non-black woman. Mr. Z ain't sleep in bed with no non-black woman. Huh? I know something else coming. Mr. Z is with an ADOS FBA woman, actually. Uh-oh. Like there's some hidden. Yo, look, Jason Black, just call yourself the unrepentant hyper-capitalist dude you are, better yet. Just call yourself what it is. Huh? Okay, fine. Black socialism hasn't liberated black people, and black capitalism has. Oops. Huh? I told you, every once in a while, and it's the way he weaved it in for all of us that caught that stream. The way Jason Black weaved it in, and I saw them brothers in the comments. Yeah, facts. Negro, if you have a government job, do you understand that the goal of capitalism is to privatize all of this eventually? Huh? If they could, they would privatize air. You would be paying for air. You would be paying to breathe, Loki. We kind of already, but anyway. Huh? Jason Black weaved it in so smooth in the conversation. Mr. Z listening in, I'm like, wait a minute, how we ended up here? Bro, could you just say that's your opinion, please? Jason Black, he speak like many of us. BGS, me, he speak very matter-of-factly. He speak very matter-of-fact. But Jason Black, that's your opinion. Huh? Wait a minute. Wait. Jason Black, are you implying that black socialists, and Mr. Z is not a socialist? I would probably lean more like leftist, democratic, socialist, not a socialist. There's a difference. I'm gonna spend about another 2-3 minutes on this, you guys. I know I'm going on a tangent. It's off topic. Mr. Z going somewhere. Right? Jason Black, are you suggesting or implying that socialists are the coons and the capitalists are the real ones? Capitalists are the real ninjas? Is that what you're saying? Do we have to go back in the history books to speak about how many black capitalists sold out black people in the black community? Do you really want to go there? Do you, Mr. Black? Look, I'm not as informed as Jason Black. I'm not as thorough as Jason Black. But bro, when you put out an opinion, Jason Black, could you just come out and say, yo, people that ride with you gonna ride with you anyway? Huh? They are actually, Telescope, you're right. And I'm a car guy, I know this. And Telescope says carbon credits are a thingsy, taxing air. No, it is. Passport OG said privatize it, privatize happiness. But for real though. And it would come from the guy that just overtly said, get rich or die trying. By the way, Jason Black really did say that like a year and a half ago or something like that. He really did say that. I hear him. Jason Black, I hear you. I hear you, brother. But y'all got to cut that out. We're the real men over here. Real men are all capitalists. Hey, fight or die. Okay, all right, bro. All right, we hear you, Jason Black. Make money or die. Move out the way for somebody else who gonna make money. Another man who gonna make money. I hear you, Jason Black. That socialist stuff is soft. That's what it itches. Okay, all right. Shout out to you, Jason. I hear you, Jason Black. If you're not out here hustling and bustling, you know, all you with your government job, and I saw it coming because Mr. Jason Black been slow creeping, fast creeping with this for a minute. He going on the pension brothers. He going on the brothers with the government jobs and all that. I hear you, Jason Black. I hear you. And he just came out and said it with the stream going in on the immigrants and the Latinos and stuff like that. And he just, you know, once you hear some black person say socialist, oh, there we go. There we go. So let me get this right. It's the black socialist that's out here tap dancing and cooning and Daffy Duck dancing, but not the black capitalist, man. Jason, I'm not as good as you with this, but I promise you, Jason, that me and you both know. We both know that I could start dropping names of brothers that was all on this super capitalist stuff, and then you find out that they're over here in backroom deals with white folks selling us out. I mean, like literally selling us out. Me and you both not could do it. You could probably do it better than me. So could you stop implying, suggesting, or just outright saying, no, the socialists, they're the ones. Okay, yeah, that's it. Huh? Y'all need to cut. Look, man, this weird thing that y'all on with no real men, real black men. This is what we do. We work this way. We do it this way. Jason Black, you do realize that Trump and Elon are in there, right? Like you, Jason Black, you're the smart one. You're the informed one. You realize that, Jason Black, you realize that Trump and Elon and them are in there? You about to get what you're talking about. Huh? You about to get what you're talking about. And I guess, oh, when black people are drowning, you're gonna tell them it's on them because you're not trying hard enough. You ain't starting no business with what startup capital. Huh? All that sound nice. Look, bro, this weirdo thing y'all be doing, real men. Okay, all right, we hear you. All right, Captain Cock, we hear you. We hear you. Mr. 15-inch member, we hear you. All right, yawn. We hear you. Huh? They're about to show you what this really is, and Jason Black's still on the socialist. When you hear the socialists or the Marxists, because the black capitalists are better in America. It blows Mr. Z's mind when you see brothers that know the history. Like Jason Black knows the history way better than Z. And then he goes, well, capitalism, black capitalism. But he did that a couple years ago. He said something like that. Capitalism's a real system. Oh, okay. Huh? That's the real black system. He said something like that a couple years ago. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? Huh? Oh, because it's supposed to be white people's capitalism that they got a head start on versus black people's capitalism that white people keep on quashing. Uh-oh. And if only black people would do business with other black people and buy from other black people, once again, the buy black thing, we already know about this, Mr. Z's not gonna mock it, then we would be okay. But all the economists are saying that money is eventually just gonna end up in the same pot anyway. I'm just saying. Oh, but I mean, I guess we can't listen to Mercer Baradaran because she ain't black and she's not a man. Huh? We can't listen to Dr. Richard Wolff because, right, white man. Huh? I see you don't really mention Boyce Watkins anymore. I guess y'all had a falling out, or you realize something you ain't like. And plus, he's not an economist; he was a finance professor. But you know, when y'all kept on bigging him up, I realized this. I ain't saying nothing. First of all, I didn't have a channel, and I'm a nobody. But I realized when Boyce was on before y'all did, and you and Tariq and them are supposed to be the guys. I see. Hey, Jason, I see how you slow moonwalk right out of that damn Jason Black. Excuse me, that Boyce Watkins camp. I don't see you mentioning him like that. Remember, y'all were the ones going along with what's his name with the Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Tulsa Fund. Mr. Z been so I didn't even need Yvette in them to say nothing. I already real. Wait a minute. Something ain't what. First of all, why you gotta call it that? I mean, something ain't right. So we just supposed to give you this money and then what you gonna buy buildings and then you, huh? Uh-oh. What's the guy's name again from the Tulsa Fund that just didn't go bankrupt or something like that recently? Y'all didn't get it when dude was taking like all these glamorous pictures in front of mansions and stuff? I realized, oh, wait a minute. Because black people, we are hurting financially. And there's always going to be someone, whether it's in the community or out of the community, that's looking to exploit our aspirationalism. And Mr. Z is not about black people not aspiring. We're human beings, not trying to achieve better for ourselves, for our families, for our loved ones, for the community. Right? I'm not about us not doing it. I'm saying there are people that realize our desperation and they try to take advantage of it. The Asian guy that was talking about Boyce Watkins, and when Boyce Watkins put on the tears, how he started seeing whatever going up, right? Uh-oh. Huh? I hear you, Jason Black. I hear you. And I see how you went in on what's his name, the one that was the VP candidate under Joe Stein. I hear you, I get it. And quite frankly, I don't want no beef with Jason Black. I'ma love to see how this is supposed to work. I'ma love to see how this is supposed, because I get how you look, man. It's a thing for certain black people to watch other black people suffer, and then so they could be like, "See, I told you to follow me." Butch Ware, yeah, Saint Cyr, yes. That was the VP candidate under Stein. I told y'all, see, if y'all was doing it the way I said to do it. Huh? Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I hear y'all with the, we don't need a lot of people. We don't need everybody. We just need to select, and I would rather it be a small group of people that do this like this, and everybody else could die and starve. I hear you. Y'all just need to come out the middle. Just come out and say it, bro. Just come out and say, look, man, I could take 10% of the black community in America. All the rest of y'all who ain't following exactly what I say to a T could go ahead and starve and die. Huh? Hey, the way we respond to black people in the struggle. Michael Andrew says, yo, Z, how old is Jason Black? Somewhere in his mid to late 40s. Somewhere in his mid to late 40s. I hear, look, Jason Black says things, and you're like, wait a minute. He kind of, y'all remember, I said it. He could go back and play his own recording. When Ebony K. Williams came out with what she was saying, he didn't actually fully disagree with her. He didn't like the framing of it. And the way he was speaking is like he didn't like the framing of it, and maybe she wasn't the one to deliver this message. But he fully disagreed with her with the bus driver thing. Go back and watch it if y'all doubt me. What that was around this time last year or something like that. Oh, y'all saying he's 51? Better yet. Okay, okay, okay. And Spider says, nah, Jason's 50. Okay, I thought he was late 40s. Jason is 51. Okay. Earth says 51, no wife, no kids. You would think for a brother who Jason is smart, he's knowledgeable, you know, charisma, yeah, right? At least I get it. There's a side of Jason Black that he has to portray and show on social media because he's doing something here. Okay, fine. Y'all see how he went in on Cynthia G, so he got the jokes. We get it. Okay, cool. Right? I understand. I get it. Right? But Jason Black, you are successful enough from our understanding, you're well-rounded enough and intelligent enough that a brother like you would and should and could be married to a black woman. We don't know Jason Black personally in real life. He could be married to a black woman for all we know in secret. Or he could have a main squeeze for real that we don't know, but he is with. A long-term relationship. We don't know. We don't know. But there is something to be said for, at least from what we understand about him, that he isn't married with no kids as a successful black man. And we understand the courts and stuff like that, and it's not smart, and he's not going to put his he's not going to put his empire in a woman's hand to destroy. I get it. Once again, brother, the way you speak, right? And the way you try to weave in the insult to the black socialists and and don't mention the Black Panthers, I heard you. The Black Panthers got nothing to do with this. You had to make that exception, didn't you? Oh, yeah, because anybody that know the Panther history know those were some lefty ass brothers and sisters. Thank you, Jay Morrison. I kept on, every time I wanted to say Jay Morrison to myself, I kept on going back to Jason Black's name. Thank you, Low-Key Darkness. Right? Couldn't say it no better. Bruce on Wayne, but you can't say it because remember, you Haitian, bro. You can't be, you gotta be, mum's the word, you gotta shut up. Huh? Remember Bruce on Wayne, you can't, upaka parle de bagay comme ça. Translation, for those of you that don't know, I said, you can't be speaking on things like that. Right? Remember, with the Jason Blacks, we're gonna be called all type of tethers. We're gonna be called all type of tethers because our politics don't perfectly align with his, exactly what you said, his capitalist Voltramite type worldview. How is that gonna work for the masses of black? Ooh, it won't work for the masses of black people. But what do I know? I'm a community college dropout. I'm a nobody. We'll see. But Jason, remember, Trump is president. Just saying. Huh? Because black capitalism would be better than the white cap. So let me get this right. We flip the tomorrow we wake up and there's a bunch of super black capitalists and they're not gonna try to pay people less. Huh? That's not gonna happen. Yeah. Including black people. Huh? Now we know black people generally are a little bit more generous with the pay, but if they get them that way, they're not gonna start sounding like Jay-Z when he was like, my presence is charity, right? They're not gonna start sounding like that. Nope. Uh-oh. Yeah. Just saying. Huh? They're not gonna start once again, Jay. The era of or whatever he said, the time for kneeling is over type talk. Huh? All right. Just saying. Right? Trell, say that. And Trell says, remember, minimum wage means if they could pay less, they would. No wonder he calls spaces like this the black winosphere. I hear you, Jason. Jason's saying a lot of the same things that he's saying, similar things as we saying. Right? But once again, because it's a lot of it is the same, he can't say that, so he says we're the black winosphere. All right.
We are same, but different, but still same.
Huh? Shout out to you, Saint Cyr. That was for you. That was for you. Huh? Man. So look, I'm like I said, I don't want it with Jason Black. But to watch him push his opinion like it was written in stone, like it was on Moses's goddamn stone tablets. All right. As if how many black revolutionaries were on some socialist tip? And I'm not talking about the Coonan ones that were out here in the bed with white women either. Fred Hampton, anyone? Oh, I forgot that was Black Panther. You already carved out a section for Black Panther. You ain't want us to mention them. This would be too easy to debunk what you're saying. You want to say Fred Hampton was on some tap dancing, Daffy Duck dancing? Oh yeah, once again, you had already carved out Black Panthers because Z and people like Z would be like, them? Asada and Nafini? Oh no, wait, once again, don't mention the Black Panthers, Z. Huh? Uh-oh. Can't do that. All right, Jason, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. What do I know? I'm a child of immigrants. Huh? So y'all be prepared because Z gonna be on top of tethers in a minute. Right. I couldn't do it, you guys. I said I was only gonna take 2-3 minutes. That was a whole 20 minutes? Something like, I'm sorry, y'all. Look, we're back to the topic at hand. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry for the tangent. Shout out to all the brothers who are still listening in, on the conservative brothers. I'm sorry to torture y'all. I know y'all ears is bleeding right now. You centrist brothers, less so. All the leftist brothers are giving me the fist in the air, right? They're giving me the fist in the air. But like, I'm not trying to get into it with Jason Black. But that I'm saying this like it's coming from on high, and these are facts. Oh, okay, all right, okay, I hear you. I hear you. Right, and you got a number of the brothers who are, and Jason Black's not actually doing this. You got a number of the brothers who low key is well, they looking like, hey, they playing footsie with Trump a little bit, Tariq Nasheed. I'm just saying, right? They playing footsie a little bit. Hey, look, let me say this. What y'all ain't gonna get Z to do is become reactionary. Yeah, the women are messing up. Yeah, the white supremacists, non-white folks, right? The people of color, non-white racist, white wannabe folks acting a fool, and yeah, they should get their comeuppance. Yes, absolutely. But y'all ain't gonna get Z to be reactionary on this, right? So, all right, it's gonna be interesting to see how black people respond, different brothers respond to this environment, to this political environment, to what's going on in the society, to the to America's austerity measures. We already know black people. We've been living with this, so right. But it's gonna be interesting to see how other brothers and not even really the black women and the sisters, but to see how other black men respond to this is gonna be interesting, right? And Jason Black, I still do remember what you said. As brothers get older, they start sounding a certain way, and you reminded us that even when it comes to you, that you could fall subject to that. I want you to remember, Mr. Z been listening to you for a long time, Jason. I actually kind of see you as one of my teachers in this space, to be honest with you. Not calling Jason Black, not saying he's part of the Black Master, but the brother does drop knowledge. He does have wisdom. He does come with the numbers and the facts. But brother, when you shoehorn in your opinion, that's what it is. And I see him as a teacher. He is, right? But remember what you said about as brothers get older. Jason Black, you are a 50, apparently, according to my subscribers, you're a 50-year-old man with no kids and no wife, from what we know. From what we know. That's doing pretty good. That has traveled the country from what we could know. You might have been around the world. But you've definitely been up and down around the country. Brother, you don't be hearing how honorary you sound sometimes? I'm just saying. So, most of the times, rightfully so, I ain't even gonna lie to you. But just saying. And my question is, because we saw this with Tariq Nasheed and watching him blow up ADOS FBA and Jason Black back to play. We watched Tariq Nasheed blow up ADOS. We watched it, and we watched Jason Black back to play. And Jason Black knew what he did with that. And he still be taking pot shots at Yvette and them. They take pot shots back, to be honest. Jason Black, you're supposed to be the smart one in the room. You're supposed to be the smart one in the room. You backed Tariq Nasheed, and he wanted to call Yvette Carnell strappy. Yvette Carnell over here talking about reparations. Ain't no mum's the word on her love life, sex life, whatever the hell. She made sure to distance herself from that, and you backed Tariq Nasheed, and he was gonna make a puppet calling Yvette Carnell strappy. You backed that play. You backed that play. Calling Tone Tuck's mushmouth. We know he got a lisp or whatever the hell. You backed that play. And fractioned off the ADOS movement. So it's ADOS over here and FBA over here. You backed that play. And I remember what you said. No, we need Tariq Nasheed. We need the ones like Tariq. Well, do you understand the super, and I'm not even AUS FBA. Do you, oh my, Jason, if you, Tariq, Yvette, and Tone were on the same page, the black community would have been having a whole different type of conversation when it comes to reparations. With Tariq's backing, your backing, and y'all going in the same direction, and y'all are allied. I'm not saying y'all had to agree on everything. But that was the problem, wasn't it? You have either black centrist right wingers, black capitalists, to be honest with you, with Tariq Nasheed and Jason Black and them. And I said it back then. As a matter of fact, B just might remember I said it on his channel a couple of years ago when we spoke about it. One of the underlying situations is that Tone Talks and Yvette are clearly on the left. Huh? And that was much of the issue that was underlying it. Huh? Uh-oh. And y'all couldn't get over that. Well, anyway, I'm not ADOS FBA, but my lady is. Huh? So, anyway, that was my I don't know, 45-minute, 40-minute, right? But like I said, I get it. Shout out to Jason Black. I'm gonna still listen. The brother drops knowledge, but brother, when you try to go in with your opinion, then that's your opinion, right? Anyway, you could be a capitalist coon, you could be a socialist coon, you could be a Marxist coon, you could be a libertarian coon. First of all, like these economic ideas, the social science. Economics is a social science. Don't get fooled by the numbers. It's a social science. So to call socialist, who came about as a response to capitalism and its excesses, Mr. Black, which you already know, to act like they some tap dancing coon dudes who want to just lay up with non-black people, I guess. To speak about it like that is like super ahistorical. And Jason, I'm not telling Jason Black nothing he don't already know. He probably know it better than me, and that's the disappointing part. You're pushing your agenda so much, you're kind of lying by omission, though. You know that socialism was a response to capitalism and its excesses. And the externalities, even though that wasn't a word back then, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And to speak and frame it like it's a bunch of confused ass, coon ass, people, right? To speak as if it's a bunch of coon ass people, and the real ones is the capitalists, the black capitalists. All right. Right. Anyway, y'all, Mr. Z be on some extra thing. Y'all gives you a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Right. So, okay, y'all, look, I done tortured y'all enough with the crap. Some of y'all are saying, I don't even know who these people are. I'm reading y'all comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It just, first of all, my channel is tiny and probably ain't going to get to him anyway. Even if he do, that nigga ain't gonna, he ain't going to acknowledge me. But once again, like Jason Black, I'm a student of yours. I am a student of yours, bro. Listening to you say that, like, on my channel, people know my political leanings. I don't really be going in on the brothers on the right or the capitalist brothers or the whatever. I state what I state, and I move along. I understand the Black Manosphere has a slightly, like a little bit to the right leaning. I get that. I don't chastise people about it. I understand. Look, I didn't even really go in on the brothers about Trump. I'm about to, but yeah. I get it, right? And like Jason Black is not even on that Trump rah 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 thing. I'm not even trying to frame it like he is. He's not, right? But like once again, like when you try to push off your opinion about stuff, right? And like I think as a business owner, I think I appreciate his angle, or at least I understand his angle. And okay, understandable. But okay, entrepreneur or die, hustle or die, rise and grind, hustle bro culture. All right, all right, you know, I get it, I get it. Anyway, let's you know, let's. Huh? KMS says, to every staunch capitalist, I say this one word, roads. Look, KMS, as a brother who's doing pretty well, you're successful, you might be earning around the same amount as Jason Black, maybe $1 too less or whatever, or maybe not probably $1 too less, but yeah, you probably around that, you know. Look, bro, you're not supposed to be agreeing with me, KMS. You're not. You are supposed. Hey, you bum ass Z. I'm you know I'm unsubscribing. I can't deal with you no more. You're sounding crazy, Z. Right? That's why KMS, you the reason why he calls us the Black White Spirit, because you're not supposed to be over here. You're supposed to be over there with him. You, Trail, Black Uru, all of y'all supposed to be over there. Right? That's why he calls us the Black White Spirit. When brothers like y'all, or if Dr. T pops up, or anybody like that, see what ends up happening is that y'all validate Z just by your mere presence. Because he can't say it's a bunch of bum broke loser brothers over here. He can't say it's a bunch of uninformed brothers. Shout out to you, Nema, right? He can't say it's a bunch of mush mouth dummies over here. So all what he got, white is feet, right? He can't say none of that. So, huh? We got brothers that were in the military. We got, you know, Charles Pump Up, police officer, huh? Shout out to Jesse and them, world travelers, Zulu, world travelers, stamps on their passport all over the place, huh? Dr. Thunder, Dr. T, excuse me, PhDs, huh? I'm not saying they back in what I'm saying right now, but I am saying like, and I take that seriously. Half the reason why I don't be using profanity on my monologues. Shout out to Dr. Thunder. Shout out to Art New Style, huh? So that's one of the issues. And y'all gives you a second. Y'all talk. As a matter of fact, let's actually play this. Let's get back on topic. I'll just keep on going, y'all. I'm sorry. And Jason Black, bro, just consider. Just think about what you're saying. Like, you know what? Okay. Anyway, we're just gonna keep on going because Mr. Z gonna keep on doing this. Anyway, so let's play this and we'll come back on the back end. Let's get back on topic. Z, you done went on a tangent for like an hour on this. You're right. You're right. Here we go.
Every month, a black woman goes viral for talking about how they don't like to date black men. Their train is never late. And we got a fresh video from 2 black women saying that they don't like black men. I mean, are we shocked at this point?
A lot of black women, they want to date black men, but it's just the inventory is low.
Yeah, the inventory
is low. The inventory low, y'all. So what y'all want us to do out here in these streets?
The inventory low. But some of the women that I said, ask me anything, said they want to date outside their race, but they scared.
I get that a lot too.
They're so loyal to dating black men that they won't even branch out and try other races.
Let me be clear to the black women that keep pushing this word, just race loyal to black men. Married white men only marry black.
Let me, hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can't, you will be hearing me in a minute. If I'm breaking up, give me a second. Give me 1 second. Hopefully you guys can hear me right now. All right. Let's get to it. This is what Mr. Z was saying. The framing is because if black women have to sit with how anti-blackness affects their love life, if the masses of black women have to sit with that and realize there is no quote unquote escaping Blackistan, escaping black men, it is what it is. Some of them like that would cause them to want to, you know, self-delete or seppuku. That's where they would be mentally, right? That the most you will be for the vast majority of any non-black man is just a little plaything, right? Just a little plaything. I don't think most black women could deal with just thinking about themselves for in the minds of non-black men, the masses of non-black men, as just a little plaything, right? So they have to say no. The thing is that we're just so loyal to black men, it hurts. We're loyal to black men to a fault. It has nothing to do with America being America. Absolutely nothing to do with that. Right? So they out here, what really is going on is this, right? What's really going on is this.
Could have saved your child.
How they're viewing white men, as Telescope said, the validation, but it's not that they can't tell themselves that. They have to frame it like we're so loyal to black men to a fault. And even for the ones that would concede what Mr. Z said, it was like, not all white men, all we need is just one. Isn't that what what's the heavyset middle-aged black woman? What's her name again? We said her name before. And she sounded like she got grease in her throat. Melted cheese in her throat. Goddamn. She has her own channel. What is her name? I brought it up before. But she was the one that said, all we need is one. All you need is one non-black. Well, she said white man, but yeah. All you need is one. Huh? So, and thank you for sounding reasonable, because Z did not sound reasonable over the past, I don't know, hour or so. And Nameless says, left and right political orientations are nothing more than cardinal directions. Unfortunately, for the foreseeable future, politics in America has become oriented around gender. So for all of us that have a left of center bent or whatever, we the yitches of the world. That's how, especially white dudes are framing it like that. More and more brothers are framing it like that, right? The Latinos are on that. We know many of the Asians are on that. I am man. I chew rocks for breakfast. Shout out to Cat Williams. Gang banging on breakfast as right wingers. Like, I hear y'all. The conservative brothers, I hear y'all. We the real men over here. Okay, all right. Right. All right. So we about family, as if Mr. Z and some of the brothers over here are not about family. We about starting your own business and hustle bros and hustle culture. We the real men over here. Okay, all right. I hear you. Right. Just saying. Huh? So anyway, yeah, thank you for being the one to sound reasonable, Nameless, because Z went on a whole tangent and tear just now. Okay, back to the topic. Yeah, y'all hear how those two women framed it. Black women are always going to frame it that way. They are always going to frame it that way, and I understand. I get it, because it's a hard pill to swallow. No pun. Is a hard pill to swallow, to come to terms with. It's just, America is America, and the masses of white dudes are just not. That's not where they going. That's not what they want. And you'll hear black women say, "Well, that's not what we want either." Okay, all right. Huh? Mr. Z here, y'all. All right. Right. So let's see if Z could get through this. All right, let's play one more game.
Every month, a black woman goes viral for talking about how they don't like to date black men. Their train is never late. And we got a fresh video from two black women saying that they don't like black men. I mean, are we shocked at this point?
A lot of black women, they want to date black men, but it's just the inventory is low.
Yeah, the inventory is
low. Inventory low, y'all. So what y'all want us to do out here in these streets?
The inventory low. But some of the women that I said, ask me anything, said they want to date outside their race, but they scared.
I get that a lot too.
They're so loyal.
Do it, ladies. Just do it.
Dating black men that they won't even branch out and try other races.
Let me be clear to the black women that keep pushing this word just race loyal to black men. Married white men only marry black women at a 0.5% clip. Married black women are only married to white men at a 6.5% clip. And I understand black women, that you'll go on TikTok and you'll see a white man spoiling a black woman. This is the avatar of black women's dreams. They'll see this white man, older white man, spoiling some young black woman, married. She going to the store shopping, and then you'll log into Instagram and you'll see the same thing. And those white men are saying, yeah, I love black women. You know, I married a black woman. They're doing everything great, which is perfectly fine. However, black women need to start asking those white men, do you have any friends? Because as of now, white men are not marrying black women like that. But on social media, it may look like that because you got 2 or 3 couples that are, you know, white man, black woman, and you guys idolize them. And that's okay. But your gripe, black women, is not with black men. Black men have nothing to do with this. Your gripe or complaints should be with white men or non-black men. Don't even bring us into it because it has nothing to do with us. If your desire is to marry outside of your race, then you need to start going to the source. Don't go to black platforms and talk directly to black men and be like, hey, yeah, we gonna marry white men or we gonna date white men. Don't tell us. Tell them. Tell white men what you're trying to do, because if y'all are so race loyal, and I'm saying that that's not true, and there's an abundance of black women that want to date and or marry out of their race, then white men should be beating down the door trying to get those said marriageable black women, right? So ask them, why haven't they done that yet? Because this has been going on for years. Black women have been trying to marry white men, but they're not listening. So black women, you need to ask white men, what do you need to do and or change in order to be suitable for marriage and not just dating? Because that's getting you nowhere. Between the years 2015 to 2019, you all have had 1 million more children than black men during that time span. Okay? So you guys are hooking up with non-black men. You are having babies by non-black men, but they're not marrying you. And that's where you guys need to start asking questions. And if this sounds like I'm giving you advice, I am. Because I don't have a problem with interracial dating. If you don't know my history, I was in the military for 20 years. I've traveled to 52 different countries. So I don't care if you try and date outside your race. You do what you want to do. What's that phrase that black women like to say? Go where you're appreciated or something like that. Then y'all should do that. But if the men that you want to marry aren't marrying you and aren't listening to all your praise and admiration, ask them why.
Like black women, they want to date black men, but the good black men, they date outside their race, or or they gay, or they in prison. So what do y'all want these women to do? Sit around and just get all and die off?
I'm doing this in response to black women like that young lady and the one before her talking mess about black men. You would not have to hear my voice talking about this stuff if black women would just shut their fucking mouths when they talking about black men. No other race likes y'all. The only people that continue to marry you guys is us, black men.
I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man. And
I think black men are all alike.
I genuinely want to know why black men make dating so difficult.
I just feel like being with a black man, we have to go through so many loopholes to get.
I am so effing tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men.
1 out of 5 married black men are married to another race of women. I understand it now.
I understand it now.
Y'all are making black men who never hated y'all. You are making those black men have a level of disdain that they never thought that they would have. Black women still running around there thinking that there's more black men in prison than black men in college. Fuck all y'all. 2024 definitely has been an awakening for me. So black men, I understand it now. Do what you got to do. Go where you're appreciated, because you guys can actually do that. We're going to just go where we appreciate it. That's what black women say. Where the fuck y'all going to go? Where y'all going? Who are you trying to scare into, black women gonna just go where they're appreciated? Black men, you better start marrying these unsuitable ass women. I'm only doing this because I care. When I stop talking to y'all asses, that's how you know that I don't care. And it's almost getting to that point.
First off, damn, I want to do the puck. When I said first off, I can't even say first off without puck popping into my mind. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. When Media Man said, "Where the f y'all going? Where they going?" Somebody played a clip from BGS. I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go. Where are they? I said it before. Shout out to Media Man. Exactly, Media Man. First of all, let's do this because I didn't play this earlier before I played Media Man. So let's do this. Fair use, right? Fair use, right? Okay, all right. And exactly where they going, Media Man? We know. I've said this before. These women, like who Media Man was covering, all they do is just add toxicity to the dating pool for Black people, including Black women. They just add their toxicity and their anti-Black male rhetoric, their misandry towards Black men into the dating pool. That's all they do. And it's disgusting. And it hurts Black men and Black women. Well, that's for the Black men that decide to stay. Uh-oh. Huh? That we're too loyal and we want to date out then. Shout out to Edward Anderson. Shout out to Compassionate. Just date out. Date out. And hopefully, maybe it turns to marriage. Probably not. Not based off the numbers. Uh-oh. Not based off what we could see.
Check the statistics.
Huh? Uh-oh. And Guy Incognito says, and thank you for the super chat, this is why Becky wins. Why does Becky win, Z? Play the clip for Guy Incognito. Play the clip. Okay, here you go, Guy Incognito. Here you go.
The Black Kings get divorced, and then what happens? They're like, it. We're moving on. Snow bunnies are going to clean me right out. So the snow bunnies get on top of things, and they mix, and they have this beautiful baby, and the process continues. So I do find that Black Kings often go to Black Queens first, and then they're like, snow bunny time. They'll either divorce them, dump them, and then move on. Swiftly move on. And they'll feel all cleansed, you know? Right. Anyway, on that note, do you like my nails? They're very Christmassy. It's almost Christmas. Divorce season's round the corner, which means snow bunnies warm in January. Yes.
It ain't looking good, Black women. That's how they talking, Black women. That's how they talking. And meanwhile, Black women talking like this.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Huh? Meanwhile, Black women talking like this.
Respect my authority.
Meanwhile, Black women are talking like this.
They are ants, Michael. They are ants.
Meanwhile, Black women talking like this.
Out of control. Yeah, I use drugs. I can do what I want, bitch. Yeah, I have sex and I don't use protection. It's my hot body. I'll do what I want.
Huh? Meanwhile, Black women talking like this.
That's when men used to protect, provide, and shut up.
Huh? Meanwhile, Black women talking like this.
If you are broke and I choose to deal with you, I will belittle you. It is what it is.
Huh? Now, of course, there are non-Black women talking like that. We know there's Latinas talking like that. We know there's even white women talking like that. Yeah, Black women, you ain't making your case any better, right? You ain't making your case any better because all of you are wonderful and amazing and smart and ambitious and gorgeous and marvelous and bold and strong and sexy and inspiring and yeah, yawn. Huh? Absolute yawn fest. Huh? Yawn. Right? And God Incognito, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. I did not forget about y'all further up. I did not forget about y'all, right? I did not forget about you guys. Huh? Well, let's do this. And Barry Little says, read Daughters of the Trade. None of this should surprise anyone. Ding, 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 ding. Right? As he said, right? And you get one of these. You get one of these. Right? This is why you hear this type of talk. Shout out to the Black women. We hear you. We get it. We understand you're still women. We understand the hypergamy. We understand that hypergamy has been supercharged by certain branded capitalism, neoliberal, free market capitalism has supercharged or turbocharged your hypergamy, right? And then the fact that you've been given heels with the nanny state that was America. Look like Trump going to take a slash to that, but okay, fine. Um, and the upward mobility that some Black women have been able to live out over the past 40, 50, 60-ish years, right? That upward mobility, that hyper visibility of the successful Black women has caused many of you to look for what you deem as upwards, which are hyper successful Black men, or just about any old white man, or non-Black man. Because in y'all mind, any non-Black man is like a white man. And then of course white men are like, I don't know, lowercase g God, capital G God. Oops, capital God with all the letters capital. Anyway, yeah, we get it. Daughters of the Trade. Shout out to Barry Little, right? Hey, and Inspired Truth says Chris Brown was right. Ain't loyal. The way Black women speak, y'all heard these sisters. Y'all heard these Black women. They're too loyal. They're too loyal. They're loyal to a fault. It even hurts. The other Black women are speaking to them or messaging them and saying how they want to kind of date out, but and that we know what it is. They don't want to get, and we know them white boys are going to give them the meanest. Why are you here? Face outside the white guys that might be interested in Black women. They just gonna run through y'all. But the rest of the average white dudes, they're gonna play dumb. They're gonna play coy. Because you know, your average person who's not necessarily trying to hurt a woman's feelings, your average man, we could smell it. We could smell when Black women are interested or any woman's interested in us. Sometimes we get it wrong, but when a woman's interested in us, you know, y'all give us that vibe often and we get it. And then white guys be acting dumb as hell. I was gonna say dumber as hell, but that's not even a thing. Dumb as hell. They act like they don't get it. Dear Black women, they see what y'all interested. They tell us about it. No? You think, oh man, see, I've been flirting with him for 3 weeks, for 2 months, and he don't get it. No, he gets it. The white guy gets it. The Latino guy gets it. The Asian guy gets it. He ain't interested in it. He not trying to hurt your feelings. So he's playing dumb, and hopefully you get the message and you stop. Huh? Well, Saint Sir got links for us. Got links for us. I'll download those in a little bit, but I gotta go, you guys. Right? I gotta go in a minute. So you know, we that's why I'm kind of putting a speed to it. And thank you very much, right, for that. And we'll give you one of these, right? So let's keep going. And let's keep going. What else we got? What's next? What's next? And you're right. You're right about that, Inspired Truth. It's not loyalty. It's not loyalty, nor has it ever been. Right? Nor has it ever been. Yeah, y'all give me a second. And we're back, y'all. Reckless. Reckless. So we're back. We're back. We're back. And who was that I just who was that? That was we did Guy Incognito, we did we do weaponizing competence equal? No, we did not. Inspire truth. Weaponizing competence equal peasant not serving right. Bro, say that. So wait a minute. Wait, you get one of these. You gotta get one of these for right now. You gotta get one of these before I
He's
even.
right, you know.
There you go. Yeah, weaponizing competence and by the way, so I heard that term, and hopefully you guys can hear me. I might go out, I might borg a little bit. I heard that term mainly from white women. I'm gonna give black women that. I heard that term mainly from white women. I don't know, maybe my algorithm or whatever on YouTube and whatnot, but even the clips I saw on TikTok or people covering clips from TikTok, I heard that from mainly white women. Although there were some black women that was trying to pull that too, so I found it fascinating. Because anything white women are on, black women gotta jump on it. They gotta be like, well, us too, we're going through the same thing. Yeah, that's it. Right. So yeah, Inspired Truth. You are 100% correct. Right, and you get one of these again. If I could find it, that would be great. I'll give you a second. Yeah, life. There we go. Right. So yeah, that definitely weaponizing competence. That's and yeah, because you're not serving right. There might have to be a larger conversation outside of just the black community about what does feminism look like in a white neo-colonial settler state that's capitalist. Right? Like what does your feminism look like as a woman, namely a black woman? What does your liberation from men or black men in particular? And y'all gives you a second. They're gonna bonging and beeping, right? They're gonna bonging and beeping. But yeah, what does your feminism look like? What does your quote unquote liberation look like? What does female empowerment look like in a white neo-colonial settler state that's capitalist? Like, what does that look like, right? And does it look like, as Inspired Truth says right here, calling men because they won't bow to you, or calling your boyfriends, your husbands, your lovers? Does it look like saying that they're weaponizing their incompetence because they're not doing what you say, how you say it, when you say it? Yeah. Is it possibly that? Just something to think about, right? Just saying. And once again, thank you for the super chat. And Chef Butterbiscuit says that lefty panel is necessary. Z, our conservative brethren's got to be indicted, um, especially the street bros that finally made good money and square away. Yeah. That's a whole different cover. Ooh, yeah, you see, you opened a can of worms with that one, Chef Butter Biscuit. Straight tracks. You really opened a can of worms with that one, because you see that with certain brothers, they might have been through the system, they was out here getting it. And then they clean up their act, or they go square, or they come back out, and they had some money that they didn't, that the feds never caught, or never, whatever, and they come back and they be conservative as hell. I think that black people, if you're traditional, I get it. And I said this before. Are we traditional or are we conservative? And either way, look, I'm riding with black people. If that's the way we going, then that's the way we going. Will I have an issue with it? Probably. But if that's the way we going, then that's the way we going. And I'm riding with us, right? I'm riding with black men. So, and any disagreements I have, I'll just, make streams about it and keep it amongst myself and other black men. But yeah, no, yeah, you're 100% right about that. And I do think I'm gonna have to have a lefty panel, and people are welcomed up. I'm not gonna, make that like a you can't talk, or you can, I don't even believe in that, right? Like the quote unquote safe space snowflakes and all that other crap. Shout out to black people, black men, and our ability to deal with the crap, because everybody talks crap about us. Keep our peas out your mouth, but they can't help it. Yeah, so yeah, no, I think I'm gonna have to have a lefty panel. And shout out to Art New Style. Art New Style had a panel for us a couple years ago. And he had one for the leftist brothers, and we were speaking, and shout out to Art New Style. If I could find it, I'll link it. It was a panel that it was me, it was a couple of other ones. DC was up there. Was Kev up there? Was Mike V up there? It might have been me, DC, Mike V. I can't remember, but yeah, because it was a couple of years ago. But it was a few of us up there, like 3 or 4. I think a brother kept on coming in and off the panel. Who was that? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'll have a panel, and like I said, I'm probably today I was kind of off the cuff, but I'm probably going to be way more disciplined on that and just present other side in different arguments. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to concede certain things that I think the conservative brothers might be right on. I think conservatives have just ran the yard. Shout out to Big Kev. Like he said, conservatives have ran the yard with the family talk, right? With the family talk. The left, and including the leftists that have and were born and raised in nuclear families and are in a nuclear family as an adult, have pushed a different ideology on others, though. They advocate in a other way, and they let the right eat their lunch. So yeah, there's certain things I'm going to concede on, and I think that's one of them. So yeah, I think concerning family building, having a structure so that your kids can go out there and try to test the waters on different things that they believe. But you got to have the foundation first. You have to have the foundation first. And the left to pretty much be like all willy-nilly, whatever. And that sound nice. And maybe for those of you who have crazy money and a network, your kids can maybe do that, because eventually when they get it together, y'all will be waiting with the jobs and the careers and the network and plug them in their late 30s, mid 30s, early 40s when they finally mature. But for the rest of us, we don't got that type of time, money, social, political position, et cetera, right? So yeah. So yeah. And Nameless says we need to form our own form of pushback by having empathy for each other and identify our own Black, even if decentralized. Do business where it makes sense and keep it pushing. I agree with that, right? And Nameless also says we can address our own issues now finally, and we absolutely can stay on this truth to power model. Our expecting sympathy because we are still being killed. Say that. Right? Yeah. Our issue is we are conditioned for the plantation, not industry. Booker T and Garvey tried to get us out of that mindset for years. Same with Carter G. Woodson with the miseducation of a Negro. Miseducation of a Negro. I reference that all the time. Yeah. Yeah, he did pass. Yeah, I saw that. And Nameless also says, Dr. Neely Fuller, rest in peace to the ancestor. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, also rest in peace to the ancestor. And Dr. Mamiya Maraba, Annie Broke, that all down. Oh, broke all of that down with crayon and construction paper. That works and why? Yeah. If you brown stick around type talk, yeah. Right. And I'm reading this so backwards, by the way. For those of you in the playback, I'm reading this backwards, right? So, and Nameless also says our issue as Black men can be addressed by learning how to work with each other and form groups to push back against other groups, which is what racism is at its core. Power dynamics, yeah, right. Which, funny enough, Jason Black speaks on often. Power dynamics, right? Yeah. Right. And Toya says, and thank you for the super chat, Toya. And Toya says, supporting my interest. Chocolate bar. That's hysterical, Toya. It's an inside joke for those of you that don't know. Chocolate bar is what it sounds like. If you shout out to Toya. Right? Shout out to Toya. I hear you, Toya. I hear you. And I'm dying laughing, but it's hysterical, man. Where's my funny chocolate bar is what it sounds like. Shout out to Toya. Toya said, supporting my interest. And Toya said, look, I am interested in the chocolate bar. I don't know what the hell these other sisters talking about. Look, right? Shout out to Toya. Toya said, I am not.
Could have saved your child.
Toya said, I'm not one of these. I'm not one of these. Look, Toya said, look, chocolate bar me, please. That's what Toya said. Huh? Toya, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Right? And you get one of these too, just because, Toya, just because. Oh, we're talking about that. Look, look, look. It's blocking your greatness, Toya. Let's play that again. Let's play that again. Let's play that again. And there you go. And thank you for the super chat, Toya. Thank you for the super chat. Toya said, hey, look, man, I don't know what the rest of these other ones talking about. She said, look, no idea. She said, I don't know what the rest of these others talking about. Put them chocolate Barbie, please. I hear you, Toya. Right? Oh, man. Funny. I don't know what the rest of these others talking about, but yeah, about that. Nope, not I. And Chef Butter Biscuit says, and thank you for the super chat. How is it that that woman considered rainbow black men as good men for dating, no shade, but black women expected black moms to break their sons to only want black women, but single mothers produce the most rainbow black men, huh? Look, it's not supposed to math. Look, you try to make sense, Chef Butter Biscuits. You try to make sense and be like, okay, if they say that, then how is that consistent with this? That don't even make any sense. Look, you trying to do the math.
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
You try to do the math. It's not about making sense. It's about what did Nema said? Oh God, let's see. I'm about to butcher it. Where's Nema when you need? He said something like, "What is truth to narrative?" Or never let the facts get in the way of a good narrative, something like that. Name it wherever you are. I'm butchering your damn quote, but it was fire when he said it. Yeah. So don't let you over here trying to talk facts, and it's getting in the way of their narrative, sir. Of their narrative. And Nameless says, also, Z, please peep that book, Miseducation of a Negro from Carter G. Woodson, if you haven't read it yet. He wrote it in the 1930s, and it served as a it served as a book of prophecy for us here in America, right? I've referenced it a million times. I started to read it. My cousin gave me that book. Maybe 15 years ago? Maybe 14 or 13 years ago. And I started reading it, and Mr. Z, being way less mature than he was now, did not finish it. So I will get back to it for shame of being shamed. So I will get back to it, Nameless, and I will actually read the whole thing, right? There we go. Thank you, Indigo. And Indigo says, what's the truth to a narrative? And there you go, Chef Butter Biscuits. That is what Nema said, and thank you to Nema and to you, Chef Butter Biscuits, because it's this. Look, you trying to do facts. You trying to do facts, and no, sir, this is not about facts, right? This is not about none of that, right? Oh, by the way, Toya, to your comment earlier, I don't know why I didn't put this earlier, but to Toya's comment about chocolate bar, Quagmire got something to say about it. I hear you, Toy. I hear you. Right, hysterical. But yeah. So yeah, Chef Buzz Biscuits. Look, and by the way, Chef Buzz Biscuits, for your super chat, you get one of these. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. Right. And yeah. Saint says, don't pull a LeBron on us and not read it, Z. I will. Right. And yeah, that is what he said. And that, well, either way, we get a message. And Nameless says, I think you were saying never let facts get in the way of a good argument or something like that. LOL. So that's Nama's remix to it, and Nama's remix to it actually sounds really good too. And once again, like Indigo says, Nama said, what's the truth to a narrative? And that, and it's shorter. right? But yeah, that's Chef's Kiss beautiful. When he said it, we made him say it again. Well, Mr. Z heard him because he said it and we were all talking. I was wait. Neighbor, say that again. And he said it. And I was like, was that the panel? I think that was the panel Obsidian was up here. That was about a year ago now. That was about a year ago, right? Just about something like that. And I think that's when Obsidian was here. Yeah, Obsidian was on. I want to say that was the panel that Obsidian was on. Shout out to Obsidian, right? I still. Yeah, so, all right, yo. It's like, let's go. Get it on up. Regular streets. One day I was saying how and still on it. Yeah. So anyway, um, so y'all like shit. Yeah. And then shout out to Media Man. Shout out to Shitty Funny. Great coverage. I couldn't click the other link. But I'll get mentioned as the title says. She says we know it's really she says. But I'm saying she says. Now look at the links are being on one end you have black men talking about the greatness of white men, how white men pay for everything, how white men are so all people in past compared to their black men who aren't real, don't know how to treat black women. Black men are colorist, features, textures. They don't use those words outright. They imply suggestive. And when you hear saying white dudes white men, understand that for all non-black men, but obviously, of course, primarily white men. Right? So yeah. Oh, okay. So you guys might can I go out? Can I go out? Okay. So yeah, y'all. So let me get out. So like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Gonna hit out here. Pause right here. Look, please check out other Black Minister content, other non-minister content. Looks like we sold out anyway. Okay, I'm still good. Yeah, but yeah. So so anyway, so let's see. So all right, great rest of the day. Y'all grass Friday. Family, friends, and all right.